Well, thank you, Kiara, for that lovely interview. And to Frito and Shaggy, best of luck on your run coming up. But what we got coming up right now is me, your boy, Vonnie Vaughn, hosting this run of Final Fantasy VII, being done by CreativeEly, and it is the and you present all weapons category. Y'all haven't seen this. You're in for a wild ride. Ellie, take it away. Let's go.
All right, sounds good. Ooh. Hey guys, welcome to some Final Fantasy VII. I am CreativeEly. I'll be doing FF7.
And I'm his co-commentator, the Sid. I just decided to drop by because I really love Final Fantasy VII.
Heck
if
yeah.
you know, you know.
Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and start the countdown, and we'll just jump right into the run. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Perfect.
All right. So, I mean, this game doesn't really need an introduction.
No.
I think at some point, you know, growing up with the PlayStation era, sure we have some memories of FF7, or at least some kind of exposure to it.
Yeah.
Something we want to get out of the way is the category name. It's actually, we're not collecting all the weapons. We're going to be fighting the super weapons. So the super bosses, and there's a couple fights in there that they're referred to as weapons. So to clarify the category, we're going to be fighting Diamond Weapon,
Yep.
Emerald Weapon, Ruby Weapon, and I believe Ultima Weapon.
Yep. I think that's the complete count.
That's the complete count. So this is the, we're running the PC version, the Steam version, and the main difference between like the PlayStation and the PC version is that the PC version, you can do quite an exhibition of glitches.
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty wild.
Yeah, the PC version handles memory way different than the PlayStation, so there's a real big reason that you see that distinction a lot whenever people are speedrunning this. And I'm torn between trying to say these graphics are smooth and crunchy.
Something that I appreciate about the PC version is that the pixels are much high def compared to like the PlayStation. So, you know, when I look at the screen, I can do some of these skips a bit easier because of
those
that.
visual cues are just so much easier to see with that extra pixel.
Yeah. All right, as you know, we're going to open up with the bombing mission. And usually the way you start these Final Fantasy speedruns is that you want to set the speed to fast. So that's the first thing I'm going to do here.
Gotta go fast, yeah.
I'm someone who personally prefers the camera angle to be automatic. I just like, for my preference, I like when the camera like turns around and when Cloud does all the animations. That's just my personal preference.
Yeah. I find that a lot with the 3D version, the remake, but everybody has kind of their own preferences. That's one of the things that's really cool about this game is it has a lot of different settings, you know, especially like the PC version's super nice. I love the historic level 6 to level 7.
Absolutely. And Vonnie, we're going to need Cloud's name here pretty soon. Actually, right now.
I got you. Okay, just did a little refresh here, and with a $150, it's going to be, is it Outraciel? It's going to be capital O.
All right, capital O.
U T R E C I E L.
All right, looks good.
You got it.
All right, cool. Oh, Treeseal, and then Barrett's name is coming up here pretty soon here.
I got you, Ellie.
All right, name Barrett.
Alrighty, it is going to be Xandar, capital Z, A-N, D-A-R.
Xandar, love it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you very much, Vonnie.
Yep, you got it.
Looking a lot better than practice room names, that's for sure.
I think for my practice name, I just named my characters when I was practicing. Just name one and name two or something like that.
Just face rolled the controller is what you were doing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good name, yeah.
I'm gonna attempt to try to buffer skip a battle here. If I don't get it, I don't get it. Oh, that's cool.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Now, I will be implementing some step count here. Obviously, with this category being shorter, it's not much of a time save compared to, let's say, you're doing a PlayStation no slots run. But if I do the step count properly, I still can get some beneficial encounters here in Midgar.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm used to them fixed encounters. I can't understand the pain of step count.
At least on PC, it's a little bit more forgiving because of the frame rate. And you're able to count your steps, again, because of the pixels, easier to see. Step count is a little bit more forgiving on PC compared to PlayStation.
Yeah. Man. Actually working facial models, that's a thing. That almost feels cursed.
Embrace the future, Sid.
No, this is not the future. No.
In terms of like the models on the PC, I think my favorite facial feature would be like Sephiroth's open mouth.
Oh god, the open mouth looks so just. They look like something you'd see in like a Twitter post or something.
Oh yeah,
it's just a meme. Like the first time you see that picture, you're like, that's not real. No.
Most random encounters, I'm just running away. No point in fighting any of these random encounters.
Oh yeah, we've got other ways to get experience.
Fellas, now we know it's a good time for donations because I have an absolute
please
load here.
Vonnie, go for it.
Okay, let's start by doing some cleanup from the SMG remake, SMRPG remake run that was before, pardon me. We got $25 from Will Gallant, who says, fight that Culex. We've got Noramaki with $25 that says, all this talk of the Mushroom Kingdom's economy being in shambles make me wonder if it's a problem of salary caps. We have BD Jeffy P bringing in $60 saying, this fake money from Midas River is now donated to Nami. Mutated Scott comes in with $50 and says, loving the run, Ice Blue, donating towards naming FF10's protagonist, Titus, in honor of my fellow speedrunning enthusiast and IRL protagonist, Zach. Thank you for all giving your time to such a fantastic cause. Mini Matt Reviews donated $50 and said, hey there, Ice Blue. So happy to see you running one of the best games to release in recent years. It's been a super fun time so far and glad to see all the love go towards this game that mean a ton to a lot of us. Shout outs to the RPG community and the crew for all the hard work. Good luck on the rest of the run. Fritzkin donates $44.40 and says, now come, Samurai, put on a good show. Natacalico donates $50, says, hey, Ice, good luck on the run. The Conductor donates $25 and says, you're all beautiful. Thanks for doing this wonderful marathon during my vacation. Hee-ho! Hee-ho!
Oh.
French Toast donates $5 and says, wait, why do I have to put $1 in the swear jar? Well, I'm not going to argue with the rules. Better throw in 4 more just because. Rockchan donated $10 and said, doing my part to hit that 22K, $5 for each battle door. Well, we're now past 23K, so, I mean, contribution helps for that. We appreciate that. Naren donated $75, said, all right, let's hit 22K and hope that the Tire Fire stays downwind. 2 donations from Usar, both with the same comment saying in memoriam. One of them was for $50, another one was for $100. And I think that pretty much gets us caught up here. Do I still have more time?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, sweet. All right, cool. We have Lily Melly Mooncat donating $25 saying, yay, Jack Frost's keeping Alpa company. Nobody's truly alone. Follow up Dono as promised. We have Jackal the Fifth donating $100 saying, we need Riz 13. Shee! And now that is a reference to the donation bid war for naming Red 13, which we can do later in the run. We still need to name Tifa, we still need to name Red 13, and we still need to name Vincent. So we've already closed out Cloud and Barrett, but we still got more coming on there. So if you want to bring in those donations, by all means, I would love to read them. Speaking of reading more donations, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Some Diener donated $40 and says, I pledged $40 during my friend Hactical's run, so I needed to follow through during my friend CreativeEly's run. Wishing you the best luck. I know you'll crush it.
Thanks a lot, Diener.
Yeah, we got $100 from Wells, who says, hi, Ellie, you're awesome.
Hey, Wells.
K-Fizzle donated $50 and says, all right, gang, let's mosey. We've got Usar coming in with another $100 donation. This one has no comment, but it's still thoroughly appreciated. And our final donation I got here is $100 from GhostFox007, who says, let's keep this donation train rolling. Final Fantasy VII was my first entry into this wonderful franchise, and I'm happy to see it featured here at RPG Limit Break. Have a wonderful run, and let's hear it for Good Boy. Now that is actually another name. What is a hotly contested donation bid war here for Red 13. Good Boy has $100. Riz 13 has $130. I know we still got a little bit to go before we name Red 13. But if you want to get in on that, if you want to introduce a new name, whatever you want to do, rpglimitbreak.com/donate.
Thank you so much for your donations. That Scorpion fight went really well. Opened up with the Barrett limit break, and from there it was pretty smooth sailing. So I'm going to force an encounter here. This is just a part of the step route. So after forcing this encounter, I'm going to walk my way for a few more steps. I know my characters are a little bit low in HP, but that's normal for the run.
Yeah, it can be pretty wild how you just run and then just walk for a certain amount of time and then skip encounters. Step routes like ancient voodoo magic. No way, not happening here. I'll stick to my action games, thank you.
And if I do follow this voodoo magic, the encounter, you'll see like, maybe I'll get a preemptive or like a side attack. Something that's just really easy for me to run away. Oh, by the way, when I played this game the first time, I failed the bombing mission because I didn't realize you had to like save Jesse. So I ended up blowing up.
I probably would have done that too if I hadn't watched my brother do it, to be honest. This was one of the first ones I played on my own, but I watched my brother play a lot of it, so I was just kind of like, oh.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, do that.
That's actually how I got introduced to FF7. FF7 is my first video game, and it was because of a family member. So the way I was introduced is that my cousin, he was looking for the Lunar Harp in the Bone Village, and he spent like an hour or so. Yeah, you know it. Yeah, you guys know. Trying to find Lunar Harp for the first time is pretty difficult. And so what had happened is, I mean, my cousin had given up, and was like, Ellie, you want to try finding the Lunar Harp? And I did. Got it first try.
Sounds about right, yeah.
And that's how I got introduced to FF7. And throughout the run, while this is mostly a Midgar percent, roughly half of it, we still want to be careful with our dialogue choices. There's some dialogue choices that we purposely choose to save time.
Yeah, they keep true with that even in the remakes, where it's like you take the wrong option, you get an extra cutscene or something like that. There was actually a few times where we tested it to see like what dialogue options were actually worth taking the bottom one instead of the top one and mashing it through.
That makes sense.
Turns out the PS5 load time just beats all that.
Oh, really? Pretty soon here, we're going to execute one of the bigger glitches that was recently discovered the past couple of years. That won't be until we complete the flashback at the bar.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's always better to go there first instead of just skipping it immediately. Forgot about that caveat.
Yeah. if you guys do want to get your donations in for Tifa, I think we have maybe like 5 or like, I think it's less than 10 minutes.
Yeah. Sounds about right for the train.
And if I could just update where that's at right now, that one is another hotly contested one. Right now in the lead with $140 is Tofu. And right behind it at $135 is Tifa. And then behind that is $75 for the mayor. So if that's one that I kind of personally biased on, I kind of like that one. So, you know, hey, Tifa, I'm down with that. So, yeah, but if you want to get your donos in for that, you heard Ellie, we've only got a few more minutes. So do not delay.
Yeah. And I think Jessie's like facial model, she has an open mouth the whole time, just like Sephiroth.
Yeah, but it's like it's glitched out in the PlayStation version, I think, right? So the open mouth models never show, or the mouth models don't show at all, or something like that.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
That's why it like. My nostalgia is like, no, this is wrong. This is very wrong. I'm in a ROM hack or something. This is a nightmare. Yeah, I think I remember when I heard about the first time they discovered this glitch, they were like, oh yeah, let's just not go to the bar. And then you guys like look back at it and like, that's an awful idea.
Yeah. I tried to attempt to do a little skip here, which is the Jessie skip. I believe it's one of the, I might be confusing it with the paralysis dodge, but it's one of those, you can do a few glitches in this game where if you trigger like a couple dialogue boxes at the same time, it gives Cloud the freedom of movement, which lets you save some time.
It's surprising how much of those little things will add up.
It's pretty incredible with all the recent discoveries that FF7, in terms of like the speedrunning and the glitches and the discoveries that are found, this game has really evolved the past couple of years. I mean, this game is pretty old, and it's pretty great how the community are still finding things that break the game.
And not even just finding them, but figuring out how to make them consistent 100%.
Yeah.
Because there's been a couple of like major holy grail skips that came out, and they were just nasty to do initially. Mm-hmm. And after the community got a hold of it, a lot of them are actually pretty reasonable too, at least for a speedrunner. Casual, don't do it. You don't want the suffering.
And that goes for the PC glitches that we're going to use in this run too. Initially, when you try to do it, when it was just discovered, like the movement was really difficult, but yeah, again, the community clamped together, just found better ways to execute these glitches at a consistent rate.
Oh, yeah. They're not stuck to the PlayStation's input method.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do we have time for a few donations?
Yeah, go for it.
Excellent. All right. We got another donation from Oblivion Ninja for $100 with no comment. Thank you very much for that. We got a $25 donation from Big Fong Balls, who says, Yo, Ellie, best of luck with the run. I'll donate more if someone from the crowd challenges you to a game of pickleball and wins.
Oh, a challenge accepted.
Oddly specific. Care to explain?
So they have some pickleball courts near Utah, and I'm down to play some pickleball if anyone is.
Down to clown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice. All right, we got a $10 donation from Book, who says, as a Zoomer, I have to donate for Riz 13. We have a $25 donation.
Sorry, Bonnie. We're going to need that Tifa name. My apologies.
Okay.
Sorry, we kind of threw you under the bus there.
Refresh. Here we go. All right. Wow, it got sniped with $160. It's just going to be Tifa.
Tifa.
With the capital
Sounds
T.
good.
We just deleted that.
Yep.
I've been had.
Yeah. Thank you for all your donations to that, by the way. Speaking of donations, can I keep going? Or?
Yeah, go for it.
Sweet.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Good. We have, let's see, I read that one. We got $25 from Nemo2342 that says, excited for this Final Fantasy VII all weapons run and all the other amazing showcases this week. Thanks to all the staff and runners pitching in to raise money for a great cause. And then we have another $25 donation. This is from WF Beard, who says, thanks to the staff and runners for making this work week awesome. And thank you for watching and donating.
I mean, I'm glad at least I get to know one of the characters in this run. The rest of them, I don't know who all these guys are.
One more that came in, and I think this was probably the one that put it over the top. It's a $25 donation from Spud McKeegan, and the comment is simply Tifa.
Respectable.
Respectable.
And after spending like 3,000 hours on Remake, it's really nice to see this again, because I just never had a good reason to sit down and play it again when I was on the PB grind, but this is a real nice like flashback.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, after beating the remake, I'm like, after like practicing some of this FF7 or the OG FF7, it felt great. You can kind of like see the details that they put in.
Yeah. I mean, the old turn-based combat works really good too. It's one of the better examples for like ATB. I like how they converted it to the modern method, but like I still love turn-based battles, and it's just so nice having that granular control. Man, these are the cutscenes. Just characters over a background. Foreground? Background.
Yeah, we're gonna have so once we complete this flashback, we're gonna perform our next huge skip. So if you have any messages, Monty, to share, go for it.
Oh, I've got messages. What I would like to talk to you about, this is something I'm really excited about. We got a merch shop. We sure do. Yes, RPG Limit Break is excited to announce that we have launched our own merchandise store. From hoodies to coffee mugs to even fanny packs. You're sure to find your new favorite RPG Limit Break branded gear. And the best part is, all proceeds from our merchandise sales go directly towards funding RPG Limit Break, so we can continue to bring you these awesome live events every year. To visit our online store, please visit www.store.rpglimitbreak.com.
I personally just ordered a shirt from the website.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I came and everybody had already ordered their stuff, and I'm like, I made a mistake. I guess I got to get that when I get home. I'm like planning a plot and order when I get back.
And I think the next item on my list was I think they have a beanie as well, and I want to grab that.
Oh yeah,
I can confirm that is a fact. They do sell RPG Limit Break branded beanies.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Like I got stun luck when they were talking about the fanny packs. I'm like, get me out of here. Oh, the 2,000 gil.
The 2,000 gil.
The beginning of it all, yeah.
Which is good, because I'm about to use this money to buy some things.
Yeah, you're going to buy some specific things. Just a bunch of them. That's it, nothing else.
Actually, that was one of the bigger skips, making sure that I don't do the materia tutorial.
The materia tutorial skip, yeah.
That's basically just pressing down and confirming that.
You'd be surprised how hard it is to buffer a down input.
You know how terrible it feels to like lose a run to the materia tutorial?
Yeah, that would be pretty awful. I mean, it's like a whole 20 minutes down. Explosives. What I did there was I cleared the first slot selling all my potions, and I bought 21 grenades. Ooh, all.
I mainly wanted the ether, not the all.
You'll have enough ethers later. What do you get that one for?
Now, what's interesting about the ether is that I don't really need to... I don't really care about MP. They just sell for a lot of money. And here, this is where I'll perform the glitch, so hopefully I can get this pretty fast. All right, first
Witch
try.
doctor, witch.
So thanks to the PC's pixel, I'm able to
HD clarity.
Yeah, with Cloud's spiky hair being able to, I can see really
those
well.
extra little pixels on his floppy little feet, so you can see right where he's standing.
Shout out to Cloud Spiky Hair for letting me get that first try. So by doing that, I just saved like 20 minutes. The consequence is that Aerith is going to be level 1 and I can't rename her. But who cares? I just saved 20 minutes.
No, that's the real consequence. You've robbed us of Aerith's name. That's a criminal offense, sir.
Well, at least she's in the party.
Yeah, she's safe. It's fine. Nothing will happen to her.
All right, so you guys are familiar with this section. What we're going to do is we're going to dress up Cloud. We want to do a sequence of events to make sure that Clouds get chosen by the Dawn.
Yeah, that's a flashback. Because, like, and if anybody who's only played the modern remakes, you actually have to do a bunch of mini games to decide whether it gets chosen or not. It's not just a guaranteed thing. Mm-hmm. Because I guess they were like, nah, that's too much of a pain to figure out how to split this. Just he always gets chosen. I don't care. Easy peasy that way.
If you haven't done your exercise today, you might chat. Feel free to join us with some squats. We're not doing the squats. Cloud's doing the squats, but you guys feel free to do the squats.
The most you're going to get me to do squats is on a control pad. Even then, I'm not wanting to do it.
So first order of business, we're going to go to the dress shop. And that's what Aerith is finding pretty funny here. All right, Cloud, time to dress you up.
Always been devious since the original release. Never not.
The dress that I'm looking for, I believe, is called the Shimmer dress. And that's obtained by choosing the specific option. So the dad's going to be like, hey, what type of dress do you want? Just choose the bottom two.
I love how this long conversation talks about they're talking about cross-dressing. I mean, he's just spacing out, not paying attention at all. And then he's like, what? What am I doing? Wait. We didn't discuss this. Hold on a second. You want to help Tifa? Yes. Get in the dress.
The material shop guy was like, hey, can you investigate this in the vending machine? So I choose the most expensive item. I think it's the tiara that I get from.
Yeah, either that or it trades for the cologne.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I guess we're staying twice.
guess we're staying twice.
weren't sure we had full HP. We gotta double down on that. It's RNG manipulation. Don't worry about it.
So I did save enough gil just in case I did sleep an extra. And
10 gil's that important, huh?
Yep.
And you are poor.
Want to go to the sushi shop next?
That stool is impossible to find. Even casually, I'm not even going to front. That thing is impossible to get a hold of. It's like the ladders in the remake. They don't want you climbing it.
Yeah, that's one thing about this game. It's pretty annoying to try to get on ladders and objects.
And they kept that in the remakes. That's the wild part. It's like, no, you're in for the whole experience. We're bringing it back.
Yeah, get through the original.
Yeah. Some things never change, I guess.
All right, want to make sure I choose the digestive.
Yep.
Okay, I think we're still on track to get Cloud chosen.
Sounds about right, yeah. I've grinded the early games so much, these, I'm 100% sure are the right options. Now, like, my habit with this game is going through the early game, getting up to Yuffie, and then grinding out limits, and then just not playing anymore. It's the worst. But I've done as many Midgar RTAs as some speedrunners, I'm sure.
Actually, like, one of my favorite parts, like, if you were doing, like, 100% run or, like, grabbing all limits, actually, like, doing the way, trying to find an efficient way to farm limit breaks is pretty fun.
Yeah, because getting those kills can be kind of a hassle because you need to find big enemy packs and then...
Yeah, exactly.
Then you got to find a place to tank damage effectively so you can fire off the limits efficiently back to back.
So we got the sexy cologne, and then we want to choose the right dress options here. What a tough looking guy like that, yeah. Soft, something that shimmers. And then the last thing that we need is a wig. And that's done by beating the squats guy.
Oh boy.
So Cloud's gonna put on this dress, and Earth's gonna be like, something's off. And chat, we can have a fun guessing game too. Try to guess how many squats I can pull off. So it's either it's going to be 19, 20, or 21.
I wish it was this easy in the remake. 20 max, man, that'd be easy wins. Easy wins.
Oh, wait a minute. It looks like we have some audience participation here. Let's go, fellas.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Do we need practice, chat?
All right, 21, 21, 21. Let's go.
Okay, we don't need
big money,
practice.
big money, big money.
21, let's go. One, oh, I'm not going to count.
I'll let her do it for you. You do the work.
Yeah. This is a really effective way to burn calories, by the way.
I'm sure your thumb is sweating it.
Oh, yeah, I'm burning calories big time. Oh.
Ah, I ruined it.
Wait, maybe we could slow squeeze 21? Come on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 20 squats. Oh, it was like one frame off.
Jinxed myself. Makes runner laugh, loses bet.
Well, I mean, if you chose 20, congratulations.
I made somebody win.
So we were donating $1 for every squat done, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
You,
We can do
you
that.
heard. There you go.
Pulls 20 out of wallet. You don't accept cash?
We'll make it work, Sid.
Hold on, I think it.
Well, if Don doesn't choose me, I think it's because of the 21 squats.
Yeah, not buff enough.
All right, no peeking.
I just love how she turns to everybody in the shop instead of just Cloud.
Oh, you're no fun.
You were telling me to peek then?
All right, let us in there.
So there's like a hidden item around here, right? You're gonna grab.
Oh yeah, right behind Don's bed. Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm also going to grab that either right there for the money.
Yeah, we covered it. You're poor. We got it.
Oh, yeah. There's this remix of this song that I like to listen to at, it's a hip hop remix of this. It's great.
There's so many like remixes of this OST that like you could just listen to it forever and almost not hear the same song twice, I swear. There's so much good creativity in the community.
Oh, yeah, big time. All right, so coming up here, we're going to have Don make his choice, but I do want to snatch that either right there.
Free money is free money.
And they conveniently placed ethers. It's like nicely routed where they give me enough ethers I can buy a whole stack of grenades, which, by the way, grenades at this point of the game does the highest amount of damage.
Yeah, and it's pretty consistent too. Roughly the same amount with a little bit of leeway.
Fellas, okay to jump in here with a couple donations?
Absolutely.
Okay, very good. We have a $20 donation from Shaggy. Thank you for being a good sport. It says $1 for every squad. I see you there, Shaggy. Thank you very much. You know what else I see? I see a $1,000 donation on here. Let's go. This one is from Oregarian, and it says, so excited to see FF7 run. It's easily in my top 16 main series Final Fantasy games. That bit of a questionable comment, but ain't no question in that donation amount. Thank you so very much for your generosity. That is awesome.
Thank you very much. Wait, Don Joe's Cloud, right? I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case, yeah. Can't lie, I haven't seen this one in a while. I usually take the extra fight. Like, no, get me out of here.
Yep, there it is. Let's choose the right option. There we go. His name is Xander. So what would happen if Cloud does get chosen? I would be forced to go into the other room and do a couple battles.
It's 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, very, very slow.
Not very difficult, but waste of grenades and time.
Coming up soon is going to be our next boss fight, which is Apps. Because of the Aerith skip we did, or not the Aerith skip, the Wall Market skip, we did skip Airbuster. We're going straight to Apps.
Good, I hated that boss anyway.
Airbuster?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So heavily scripted, it's over. Airbuster Vanilla, though, is a little more reasonable.
Decent time for some donations?
Yeah, go for it.
Alrighty. We got a $15 donation from Rockchan that says, donating for the game that changed my taste in video games, FF7. Nice to see a run where you have to obtain all the equipable weapons that'll change the... Wait, do you mean that's not it?
Yeah. That's a shame.
We got Captain Beck donating $30, says, discovered RPG LB VODs recently and have been listening to them while I fall asleep. Glad I could catch the event live. Good luck, CreativeEly.
Thank you.
We have a $50 donation from Lakey that says, had to donate again. Loving the runs, commentary, and little insights into the games. Keep up the great work and good luck on the weapon run. And finally, we have a $100 donation from Madam Badger that says, because Red is truly the goodest boy. And of course, that is a reference to the Bid war here for the names. I just want to update these real quick. For Red 13, in the lead is Good Boy with $250. Riz 13 is behind at $140. We also have a donation incentive for naming Vincent. Right now, the leader for that is Elferon with $75. Mercer right behind that with $50.
So, going to open up with Cloud, having him cast a couple bolts. This will manipulate App's AI to use the sewer attack, which, as you can see, hurts himself. Grenade doing,
Grenade things.
yeah. And like his sewer attack is just about as much as a grenade here. Even a little bit more.
I really like how, like, in this, there's a give and take with it where it hits him as well as you. And then if you get him to do it in a specific pattern, it makes him hit himself harder because it's coming from behind him instead of you. Remake, it's just like, you're just going to get killed.
Because another thing to point out is you can see Aerith at level 1 with only 100 HP, 177.
Yeah, I remember when the skip was first discovered, they were talking about how level 1 Aerith would be a real nightmare in the speedrun, and they actually figured out how to work around it. I think it had a big impact on Materia Keeper. It was one of the ones they were worried about, but other places as well.
That makes sense, because you do have to like route your XP a little bit differently.
I think it's for the like poison into 777 into poke for the kill or something like that, or the poke to get him into 777, so he dies to his own poison ticks or whatever it is. No, you're leaving the materia behind.
That's the thing with like these RPG speedruns. Like as a casual player, it's like, why are you leaving the chest? Why are you leaving the materia? So here's an example of a benefit. Like just a free runaway.
I mean, you could have got the steal now. You wouldn't have had to go back for it late. Oh wait, never mind that. Oh, we'll worry about that later.
Future time save, future run.
We'll route that in.
Good for more donations?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, we got some more love from the folks sitting behind you. I got a $20 donation from Freedom Pulse that says, Squats Train, Squats Train. And then I got another $20 donation from Sundiner that says, Squat, Squat, Squat. All right, thank you for that. Want to talk about a couple thresholds that we are very close to here. We do have an incentive for, oh, wait a minute. It looks like it might have just been met. I don't see it here anymore. The donation incentive to oh, wow, both of them got met for fighting the Demi-Fiend and saving Jack Frost in SMT5. Both of those have been met, so you will be seeing those. That is awesome. There's another threshold that I'm looking at right here on the layout. We are just less than $100 away from hitting the $25,000 mark so far for the marathon. So who wants to be the one to snipe it? Who wants to be the one to put us over the top? Get those donations in, folks. Let's see them.
By the way, out of all these items we picked up, we just picked up one of the most important ones. That high potion will be extremely important later. Need you to note that down and remember it.
Yeah, thank you, Sid. I'm glad you brought that up, and we picked up that high potion.
Yeah, when we were in the practice room, he was looking at that high potion, and it's like, I don't want to use this. I'm like, what? Why are we so attached to a high potion? Then I saw what he did with it. I was like, oh, I'd have kept it too.
Yeah. I remember, so a lot of the screens in Midgar are just really difficult to navigate around. This train graveyard is no exception. Like when you're playing this for the first time, it's like...
No, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense at all.
Probably take you like 2 days to try to get through this.
I'd move these trains like 3 or 4 different times. I'm not going to lie. I have no idea what's going on here. This is just some madness. Why do these trains just work? They're just off the tracks, moving. It don't make no sense.
One of the things that I found, like, to help me out, I didn't actually find until Cosmo Canyon, is that, like, when you hit, and then keep in mind I was a kid, like, when you hit the select button, it shows you, like, the arrows,
the arrows,
and the cursor.
yeah.
I'm like, wow, this just opened a whole new world.
The moment I found those, I would never go without it.
Yeah.
I'm like, where are my arrows? Which button was it again? Rip.
But he's still alive, which is incredible. Like, you fell like thousands of feet.
Are you sure about that? Damn.
He said Cloud's name.
Pretty tough. Maybe we will see him in the sequel.
And why not? We'll just throw our first marathon safety save.
Yeah, I mean, getting pyramided here would be pretty awful. Yep, stairs. Yep, Final Fantasy VII stairs, check out. That's the experience.
As a speedrunner, like learning this game for the first time, one of the hardest things is trying to climb the stairs. Because the way the maps work is just, it's like a JPEG background, but like the stairs trying to like, it kind of looks like a weird angle. So.
Yeah, like from a visual perspective, it looks fantastic, but like the interactivity of it is kind of jank.
Yeah, exactly.
It has a charm to it, but man, is it frustrating when you're trying to play it. You're like, just get up. No,
right?
not the other. Get stairs. Climb the stairs.
Reno is probably the easiest fight in Midgar. It's basically just chucking grenades. What I'm going to pray for is that maybe I can get a preemptive grenade before Reno's first turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buffer some inputs here, see if I can... maybe Xandar might have a chance to get a grenade off. Nope. Oh, that's what you get.
Should have been faster.
Can't do any limit break cheese here because of they already have their limit breaks.
Oh yeah, the instant getting a turn after you get a limit.
Yeah.
It's super nice.
Ooh, that was a crit.
He was out for blood. I guess he was out for blood. Well, I wasn't lying.
You know, it's been almost a few years since I've seen somebody die in this fight.
I mean, that's marathon luck, right?
Yeah.
Never has it happened before, or it hasn't happened in a long time. Hey, another ether.
Oh, yeah.
We're rich.
Yeah, we're rich.
Gentlemen, I'd have something I'd like to say. For the marathon so far, we've raised $25,000! And I'd like to read off a few of these donations that pushed us over the top. GhostFox007 donated to $50. It says, there are no brakes on the avalanche train. We got a $20 donation from Lisa Ross that says, shout outs to Gerald Pigman. We have Fritzkin donating $20, what says, squats, I guess, choo choo. And then Sanjan donated $100 that just says, sheesh.
Awesome. Thank you so much for those donations. That's awesome that we hit the 25K mark.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's a pretty close call. It's kind of last minute helicopter ditch, like with the things collapsing. It's kind of...
Yeah, flying up towards the pillar instead of literally any other direction.
Yeah.
Seems like a really Kino idea, just 10 out of 10. Oh yeah, up and away. Oh, there's a rock above us. It's the other way. Barrett just being the Giga Chad.
So I actually just peeked over here with all those donations coming in. Man, this bid war for Red 13's name is spicy. Riz 13 has pulled back into the lead with $260. Good Boy just behind at $250. Y'all want to keep duking this out? When is the cutoff for that, Ellie?
That's going to be actually maybe not until maybe 20 minutes. So
okay.
You got plenty of time.
Y'all got plenty of time to duke it out. So get those donations in, and whichever one you want to see win, make it happen.
Classic elevator music.
Yeah. Elevator music with the like 5-pixel stogie. Like I noticed it earlier and I wanted to say something, but I'm like, no, I'm not gonna cut any off. But I'm like, he's got a stogie in his mouth. I've never seen that before. I didn't know it existed.
Also, rip that news anchor guy. That's just a terrible way to go out.
Him and about a couple thousand other people, maybe 10,000. But, you know, it's all for the promised land. Don't worry about it. It's not a problem.
True. So pretty soon we're going to be infiltrating the Shinra Tower. But beforehand, we are going to have to deal with like a mini flashback with Aerith, who apparently, we never met Aerith's mom, so...
This witch space lady. I don't know who this is.
All right, Xander, let it all out.
And even in the OG, that's pretty powerful. They did it justice in the remakes, but rewatching this, I was like, they did a really good job with what they had. I guess it's why it's so deep in my head, and I don't even realize it. By the way, I love that the little like slide Moogles impale with like 3 little eye beams. I don't know why it just like sticks. It free residence in the back of my head. Just no reason. Speaking of residents, are we gonna meet that houseboy?
You know what? I think we are.
Oh, please. Please let me see my old buddy.
Trying to remember, is that the encounter that I know we do get one encounter on the screen. I think it is the house.
It better be. Freaking Hell House is the only encounter here. It's the only one I'll accept.
Oh, the Hell House in the remake.
Oh yeah, I love the tone, the glow up, but nothing can beat the old G. It's just like, what is this cursed thing in front of me?
So when I was a kid playing this game, like a lot of the Midgar enemies, just in Midgar alone, like had some interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
I mean, even as a kid, there he is.
I think we just side attacked the house, although Tifa was dead.
I don't know how that works, but okay. I'll figure out the logistics later. Used to make use of ethers too. Oh, that's right. The one material we're actually going to use. It's so weird that the materia in the game like starts at 0, so it's worthless unless you actually get AP into it. No cover?
No cover.
Oh yeah, I guess it really wouldn't be worth it for how long this run is.
There was a shop that I passed by where I'll be doing my grenade, bulk of the grenades.
Last war profiteering.
Yeah, exactly. Gonna grab all of the ethers that I picked up, sell them all, and then stack our grenades for the rest of the run.
Can I come in with a couple more donations?
Yes, please.
Excellent. We got Bram Hall V donated $20. Says, get out for the Rizlet. And we have a $100 donation from Iron Furs with no comment. Now, with that being said, man, this Red 13 bid war is on. Good Boy has pulled back into the lead with $300. Riz 13 trailing with $260. So, Riz 13 crew, where are you? Where are you? If you want it, you know what you got to do. And time is running out. Time is running out.
And Vonnie, if you have any more messages, feel free to share. We got a little bit of a flashback here.
Yeah, cool. So I tell you what, while we're on the topic of donation incentives, let's talk about what's going on with Shin Megami Tensei 5 that's coming up after this. We already talked about the ones that have been met, but there are some bid wars for that too. You can choose the voice language. Right now, Japanese is in the lead with 25. English has 18. You can name the main character. Right now, it's Hihobino, and that has $84. Stanley, in all caps, is $18 right behind it. And then you can either save or kill Konsu. And right now, save has $2 and kill has none. So if you want to see that character killed, then doesn't take much. So yeah, get in on that too.
I mean, Edgar must be a pretty rough place if like everywhere sells grenades.
Yeah. and batteries that last for like 5 seconds.
They got to get them somewhere, right? The hand grenades are pretty expensive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fascinating that grenades you just mow through. It's pretty powerful. Like even in a regular run, grenades are used for like the first 3 hours of the speed run.
Yeah, I watched speedruns enough that I was like, I got a couple grenades in the remake, and I'm like, surely this will work. And I'm like, well, on to something else.
Casually, like what you would do is you find out magic is probably the next powerful thing. In most casual, when you play this game casually, you don't even try the grenades.
Yeah, I never did.
Yeah.
Not a second look. Bio waste? Ooh, it does poison? Well, I have a spell for that. Why would I need a poison from an item?
Yeah.
Oh, ether? That's going in my bag to never be used. Tent? I'll use that. That's okay.
I guess like a lot of the bosses that you fight are susceptible to lightning. So that would probably be the second close thing, spamming Bolt on these bosses. Let's say if you're going to run out of grenades, Bolt would be a pretty good option to use.
Yeah, it is. Elemental Affinity is a really like dominant strat in this game. You have to be very careful about that because you can lose out on a lot of damage just by missing out on the double multiplier or getting halved. That's a lot of explosives.
I think it was like over 50 that I bought there. I did want to save 300 gil for the batteries, because that's mandatory to climb up the Shinra Tower.
Not a soft lock, just a rookie mistake. Hey,
you
he's
got
back.
2 houses in this run.
This one figured out how to keep him from getting behind him. He didn't sprout arms.
He did not sprout arms, but he did throw a rocket.
One screen, by the way. Nope, I'm not going to ever forgive the crane puzzles. Nope, not happening. And we're back. It's so wild that the guard actually block an area with an actual like functioning exit. It's like, why is this here? If you're going to place the guards there, just remove it. It's never going to see use.
Casually, also, like, trying to infiltrate the tower, it took me forever to figure out there was something right here in the back. I'm like, that would have been helpful if I knew about the cursor.
Yeah, like, if you're not paying attention to the kids immediately there, your one tip is done.
Yeah.
For me, it was grabbing on these dangling wires.
Yeah, especially the swing part, if that's what you're referring to.
Yeah. Back before every game had QTEs, so they decided to make them.
I've got an interesting proposal here in a donation comment. Can I read it off?
Yeah.
Sure.
Nemo2342 donates $25 and says, why don't we all donate the number of our favorite Final Fantasy to help us hit 26,000? But then asks, how much should I donate for Mystic Quest?
That's an interesting question.
Okay, all we just got to do is look at the alphabet and convert that M. What letter is, how many numbers is that? Q. Yeah. And just I think that's like $50. That sounds about right.
Well, see, M is the 13th letter, Q is the 17th letter. So that adds up to 30.
30.
Oh, there you go.
Bad math over here. Don't trust me with your money.
I'm sorry, I just got a really good idea. If you think about it, M in Roman numerals is 1,000.
Oh, yeah, that's an even better solution.
Boy.
That's true, yeah.
And Q,
I agree
Q
with
is just
that.
there for decoration, so yeah.
I mean, I guess if 7's my favorite, do I have to like donate it 3 times? Maybe 4 now as a price to score this remake, rebirth. I guess I'll 7 on the other spec for the other one that's coming out whenever it does.
That's
Sid,
enough for the. That's a
Sid,
lucky
it's
7 right there.
It's actually 7 to the 4th power, not 7 times 4.
Oh yeah, that's definitely how that works.
So what I use to get over that bar, like if you're trying to play this casually, you just use the sound cue. So the moment it squeaks, you just press confirm. All right, we have climbed and reached
The scene.
the scene.
The one that you've seen in 1,000 different keyframes, posters, T-shirts, box arts. Hey, wait a minute. There's a couple extra characters here. That's weird.
All right, Sid, I think we're going to do a different strat here. We're going to do something very different.
We're going in the front, right?
Yeah, we're actually going to bust in.
Seems like a good idea.
Let's bust on in.
I mean, from my memory, from, you know... Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
busting through the stairs. Busting through the stairs.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't get a speed debuff after 10 floors. So, I mean, I take the stairs, too. I mean, so the thing is, right, the stairs are a little bit faster and more consistent, but if you can only get 2 fights in an elevator, it's about faster, quick?
Yeah, a little bit faster. It's something to consider that if you were to take the elevator on PC, because the frame rate is higher on PC, like, you really need to get that elevator manipulation down. Otherwise, it's not really worth it, right? So just take the stairs for something consistent, unless you can, like, really staple that elevator manip.
For those that have only, like, played the remake, and what you're thinking is there's always 2 fights, and that's only in the remake. This one, it's random. They just, yeah, you can have a fight here. 10 floors, sure, another fight. 2 floors, yeah, another fight. I don't know what the upper limit is, but it loses a lot of time. Plus, we get a free elixir, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're not going to leave it there just to spite me, are you?
Oh, no, I'm definitely going to pick it up. No matter what category you're running, that elixir is just 100% mandatory.
Yeah, that was the one thing that made me never think the elevator would be faster, the free elixir. I'm like, really? Even with a free elixir on top, huh? Okay. The things we do for speed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, it must be nice to be able to run through the models. Instead of get shoved out of the way by them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess another thing, too, is if you do plan to take the elevator route, you have to consider getting extra grenades.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Especially with like how bulky the early game bosses are. You gotta have a very specific amount or you're in trouble. Yeah, no, I'm having flashbacks to last year and it was not this quick. I can confirm. Good 5 minutes.
As a runner, this is something that you get used to, and it's like, oh, done with the stairs already? Yeah.
You should have made it a bit war. Take the elevator versus the stairs.
You know what? Next time.
Next time.
Next time.
Next time. That's a promise. I'm holding you to it.
Just need to route more ethers for the grenades.
Sounds good. Easy. Easy money. I will say, like, they're bickering on the stairs. This is really
the banter.
Endearing, yeah. What floor is this?
At the top of the stairs, do a quick menu, and then we're gonna fight the few guards.
Yeah.
This will be our first time utilizing weight trick. Which is a very important strategy used in the FF7 speedrun.
Yeah, it's pretty pervasive in all like the ATB-based games. Mm-hmm. Pulling up the menu of some action just to keep the boss or enemy from getting ATB while you're performing an action. It's a really neat little trick. It's a pretty easy one to do, too. Not super hard to do. A little bit hard to do super efficiently, but it's one of those low skill ceiling tricks that it always feels good to do.
Absolutely, yeah. In FF7, it's not super difficult to pull off.
Yeah. It's really important with the faster battle speeds and stuff too, or else things move really fast. But this way, we're the only things that move fast. Well, that's right, she's still dead. Oops. I'm sure this won't be a problem. Yeah, it's not a problem. Okay.
Should I use that high potion?
No, please. Well, actually, fine. We got the backup shred. Who cares? You can use it. I'm not going to stop you.
Okay, put it to weights. So what's interesting about this fight is that when you defeat when the armor comes off, just like that, their ATB resets.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense since it kind of loads in a separate enemy, but you wouldn't really realize that in a casual playthrough. I never really thought about that. That's a really cool fact.
Which is one of the reasons why we ATB weight this fight, just to
Stun lock him, basically.
yeah.
It seems kind of criminal for them to not put the victory music there.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is too tense of a moment.
Decent time for donations?
Yeah, go for it.
Sweet. All right. I've got a $50 donation from Glacier with no comment. Thank you very much. Rock Chan donates $15 and says, these enemies would catch a grenade for you, but you won't do the same. Channeling the inner Bruno Mars there. Donating for that spicy name bid war. And then we also have a $50 donation from Smitty Llama that says, you got to understand there ain't no getting off of this train we're on. The good boy train. Now, as it was referenced there in the naming bid war, these donations have actually widened the lead for Good Boy. It is now up to 365. Riz, Riz 13, you're still sitting there with 260. I got to say, Riz 13 gang, you're disappointing me. You really are. You have got to step it up. How much longer, Ellie?
We got like 10 minutes. So.
Time is short. Come on, get
like a disappointed
those
father
donations.
just letting us know where we are.
Yes, indeed.
Take me a little bit focused. The last thing I would do is get caught here. Because one, if I do get caught, it's a mandatory encounter I can't run away from, and that's more grenades, and I'm really tight on grenades. I don't want to.
Not only that, but you have to like restart, and you have to fail it like 3 times to just walk by.
Exactly.
So it's way too many grenades. This is like deceptively difficult and easy at the same time. Like if you know what you're doing, you can just kind of run across all willy-nilly, but it's a casual killer. I don't think I've ever like failed it all 3 times until like recently. I was like, you can just fail this too many times. Oh, well, that's a thing that happened. I'm so glad I learned that.
Yeah, I actually found that too out recently. That if you fail it enough times, the game was like, oh,
it's 3 fights, and then you're just like, there's no more guards.
Yeah.
Huh. Walks across.
So this part, I am just going to guess the password. If it's first try, that'd be amazing, but...
I can't even remember. What do you get for the first try?
Oh, hey!
I guess we'll find out.
You get the elemental materia.
Oh, yeah, casual's best friend.
Wow, the best password is best.
Yeah, it's a little on the nose, but I'll take it.
Otherwise, if you want to figure out the password the first try, you would look at the bookcase. And I think you can even do manipulation with the in-game timer to figure it out as well.
There's so many witchcraft setups in this game. It's just amazing what the community has done.
Oh, yeah.
And the most simple yet slow room.
And on top of that, there's like so many advanced strats that you can do in Midgar that'll save like 20 seconds here, 10 seconds here. Like, for example, that guard minigame, I could have done that maybe 10, 20 seconds faster if I were to do some advanced strats, but with this being a marathon,
Yeah, there's some really aggressive stuff there, but getting stuck in the fight chains and then getting set back is such a huge time loss.
Especially considering this is a PC version, where if you were to do it on PlayStation, it just makes perfect sense because all those the time save would be much bigger because of the frame rate. Yeah,
I keep forgetting that it runs slower. It's basically like PS4 versus PS5.
Yeah,
yeah, I feel you on that. There's a lot of things you do on PS4 that you don't bother doing on PS5 because it's just so much slower. Same thing I'd see here, seems like.
The big meat, the time save is going to be later on after Midgar, where we perform these complex glitches, which is the biggest time saves.
Yeah. I got to appreciate how they just like ripped a chunk out of the Midgar model to like resemble them blowing part of the plate away. Like, oh yeah, that's... Not only did you blow up the plate, but you blew up your model too for fun. Hold on, we have to simulate the disaster.
Pretty realistic.
Yeah.
Keeping up with the current events.
That update their Google Maps.
What, back in 1997?
To send the car by. Take a couple more photos.
By the way, depending on how you place the pieces, it's not... So that path right there is so depending on where you put the pieces, the chest, it determines, or where you put the piece determines what chest is open. So it could actually be... No, also flush for good luck.
Just wanted to let us know that there was a sound effect there for that.
Yeah.
And it's not just simply...
Actually, that's part of the RNG manipulation.
Yeah.
That's going to happen later.
And we're just manipulating Red's name, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. We're sandbagging to manipulate Red's name. Perfect.
Which is coming maybe just still less than 10 minutes.
All right, yeah, we're getting to the edge of it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I do have a donation here, and it is going towards an incentive, but it's not one of the naming bid wars. But it is a pretty nice one. It's a $250 donation. Oh,
Sweet.
excuse me.
Wow.
This is from Shea, and it says, donating for anima incentive for Final Fantasy X. Please don't do this any earlier in the day tomorrow. I want to be home from work in time to watch this. This is something I never did in any of my playthroughs. I didn't even know it was a thing.
There's a lot in Final Fantasy X that I didn't know was a thing. When I watch the speedruns, I was like, this just keeps on giving.
Yeah, it's very awesome, like, throughout these Final Fantasy games, just the routing and the discoveries of all these different games.
I'm even just setting aside 7, but the entire Final Fantasy speedrun community on the whole is like very, very good at what they do.
Absolutely.
It's really interesting to see the unique process.
Especially considering, like, each of these Final Fantasy games, they have their own different mechanics.
Oh yeah, they have like crossover like things, but they're not. They don't. Almost none of them function the exact same. Mm-hmm. Like yeah, they all have lightning spells, but the way that lightning spells function and how much damage and all that stuff is just completely different. Poison, not one of these games is the same. They're just like, I think poison's too weak. Oh no, poison's way too good. We got to dumb that down. No.
The speedrun poison is very good.
Yeah.
The early game, or disc 1.
Yeah, I'd imagine just being able to get ticks of a % is fantastic.
Oh yeah. Get those donations in for Red, because the next floor is where I'm gonna cut
it off. Yeah. Our best boy is right here, but will he be the best boy?
It might be worth. The Hojo specimen is another easy fight, but it's been a while since we've done a safety save, so we'll go and just throw a safety save.
Just throw another one in there, yeah. mean, we might run out of grenades if we're a little bit too frugal here. I don't want to accidentally blow up the little things. You waste too many grenades. Now that's like one of those images just seared into my mind. That my brain can just recall it on cue for no specific reason. It's like, why do you remember that? Yeah. Why is this the thing I remember from the game? Eye boob. Oh.
Yeah, the whole Genova thing, like all the models and stuff, it's very interesting. Throwing that safety save. We still want to make sure that we're in weights. The idea of staying in ATB weight is we want to freeze the enemy actions, and this fight has 4 different enemies on screen, so if I left it on active, I'd just be a barrage of attacks.
Yeah, weight will wait when you're pulling up a command and stuff. That's kind of what we've been doing, weight tricking. But if you have it on active, the game will progress, period, regardless. So that's kind of why it's called ATB waiting, or weight tricking, rather, because it's all centered around that. It's a really cool use of the mechanics in the game.
All right, Vonnie, in 20 seconds, I'm going to need Red's name here.
Okay.
Got him.
Got him. Yeah. I wish it had been that easy. I wish it was always that easy, rather.
It talked.
It talked. Thanks, dude.
All right, Vonnie, ready for that name.
Yo, Riz 13 gang, y'all blew it with an even wider lead. $415. You are naming Red 13 good boy.
Good boy.
Capital G,
Right.
capital B.
Whoops.
Goob. All right, Goob. Let's do it.
And just to confirm, is that right?
Technically, there's a space between the two?
You know, you paid enough for the space. It's fine. We got you.
Yeah, we got you.
That amount of money, we will take our time.
There you
to put
go.
that space
There you
in.
go.
Very nice.
He is indeed a good boy.
Wow, thank you guys.
Boy.
That was awesome.
All we got to do is teach him how to ride chocobos, and he'd be the goodest boy.
Yeah, nothing really special about this fight. Just chuck grenades.
And just make sure you chuck grenades at specimen. That is the only thing you have to do. Luckily, like, the targeting sticks after a while.
Is this the first case you can learn mantra magic? No,
no, you don't. Would you have enemy skill by now? Don't you get it? No, you get it on one of the bottom floors, yeah.
He was thinking wrong.
I want to say you get it out by the chocobos. There's like 2 or 3 you can get out there, and that's one of them. It's a pretty decent one casually, but I don't think the speedrun uses it. It's like lasers, I think. Enemy skills are actually used quite a bit in the the full game categories.
Yeah.
It's actually surprising. Enemy skills are pretty busted.
Pretty OP.
In every version, there's a lot of really good uses for them. You always like look at it and be like, that's kind of useless. Then you actually like learn something. You're like, yeah, this is pretty good actually.
Pretty good. Like, an example would be like Big Guard getting haste and then barrier and magic barrier at the same time. That's...
Yeah. If you're looking for limits, it cuts your damage taken, so it's a rough, but in this, it's pure benefit because the limits really don't get used as much. And the free immediate turn is very beneficial as long as you're not using attacks, which are usually weaker than any of your other options.
That was a good time to put it back into active. Just makes running away a bit faster.
Hey, should have got that steel material. Could have gotten a hard edge. Or no, this is the Titan Bangle, actually, I think. It's hard edge from the third class.
Yeah, and then it's the weapon that you get from the soldier. Yeah.
Have it memorized. Like I said, I've been here way too many times.
Basically, you lived in Midgar.
Yeah. Why do you think I'm so like not freaked out by the grenades? I'm used to it. Everybody's chucking them everywhere. And so you wake up your neighbor in the morning. It's just a grenade on the doorstep.
It's the Midgar staple.
The Midgar special.
Yeah. This is the part where we're going to escape the Shinra Tower. So we're going to do a sequence of boss fights. The classic elevator fight.
Yeah. Throw down one more safety save, right?
You know what? We'll skip the safety save. I do want a safety save before the motor ball, though.
Yeah.
So now that the Red 13 bid war is behind us, can we talk about the one we got for Vincent?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
When is that cutoff, by the way?
So that's not actually going to be for a while. I believe it's going to be around the 2.5 hour mark.
Okay, so we got plenty of time to heat this up. Let me tell you where this is at. In the lead right now is Alpharon with $100. Behind that is Mercer with 50, Rose Storm with 25, and Jerd Pigman with 20. So plenty of options there. You can always introduce a new one of your own if you'd like. So let's get that one heated up. I do have a couple donations to read here. We got an anonymous donation, $5, and the comment is just smiley face, and it actually has a smiley face in there too, so that makes sense. We also have a $50 donation from Iron Furs, and that has no comment, but thank you very much for your donation.
How are we doing on the Knights of Round and the limit break incentive?
I didn't see them, so that tells me they were both met before we even started here.
Awesome.
So
Sounds
let's talk about what those are. Yeah, we're going to show Knights of the Round. We needed $500 for that. We got it. We needed to use a limit break on Sephiroth. That needed $777, and that one has been met as well. So you're going to be doing both of those, Ellie.
Awesome. Thank you guys for meeting those incentives.
Yeah.
You guys are going to be in treat.
Oh, yeah. Knights of the Round is one of those experiences that you don't get to see very often because it's 5 minutes?
That sounds right.
Yeah. It is the ultimate time loss. But dang, does it feel good.
You know, we could have maybe paired it with like W Summon.
Yeah. We could have got some real good shenanigans going. Just spam it, throw out some Bahamut Zero for free. We'll give you a free Kujat. Don't worry about it.
Slow down, Ellie. Slow down.
Hold on. Wait a minute. We didn't discuss this beforehand.
We do have to beat the estimates. So.
Yeah.
That's so cool. All right, we're going to follow the blood trail, and we'll be fighting next set of bosses.
And this segment is so eerie. They just replace it with the music here. It's kind of like very put off guard.
The enemies also change in terms of the models.
Yeah. They upgrade the enemies here, so this is when you can actually get the hard edge from the third class soldiers, so they finally show up. It's one of the things I always forget. I'm like, what the heck are the third classes? I want my hard edge. It's the earliest weapon upgrade, and it's dang good.
Yeah, the weapon is very powerful.
Should have got that steel materia. New step routed coming. Let's go.
to include the soldier fight.
Let's get the hard edge. Steel run, hard edge equip. Let's go. I don't need anything else for the rest of the run. I'm gonna route it. It'll be part of the real all weapons route, not this fake all weapons route. We actually get all the weapons.
And there are, when the work on the step route, so much work has been done on the step route where you can, depending on the step route you use, you can benefit getting that encounter. You're looking for that specific steal, or you're looking for that specific enemy skill. So much work has been done on the step count.
Man, I was just thinking, I wanted somebody to stab him with a comically large sword, and I got what I wanted. I'm so happy.
And then, of course, there's a pretty cool moment in the game where Rufus gives his speech.
Yeah, this is seared into my head.
Yeah.
It's like there were a few characters I really were kind of ambivalent to in the original, but like Rufus and Cloud were like two of the ones that kind of stood out to me from the very beginning. He's a pretty good setup as like a early game bad guy.
I kind of like the names here, like, I'm Xandar, I'm Good Boy, I'm Tifa.
And Rufus is just like, yeah, those are all acceptable. They fit within the character limit, so I don't have a problem. Or maybe he wouldn't be. I guess maybe we could come back later and see if the character limits are an issue. Saves after this, right?
Yeah, after the elevator
Okay.
fight. Yep. After I beat Rufus, we'll do that.
All right.
That save. All right, let's escape.
Yep.
And this is the encounter I normally get right before the elevator.
When you can say everything's all according to plan and you're not actually lying.
Actually, Red getting that limit break is not bad.
It'll get him turbocharged at the start of this fight, right?
Yeah. Well, I can actually use it for the second fight.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of strategy, if you guess that we're going to spam grenades on these next couple bosses, you are correct.
That's why we bought 56.
Ooh, Good Boy's getting beat up with the crit.
Man.
Not too concerned about that. Like another alternative strategy, like when you're doing the Shinra building casually, it's really rough, right?
Yeah.
But
Stranger resources. You really don't have a lot of maxed out materia, and the game kind of pulls you in different directions. You're not really ready for it.
yeah, so the difficulty jump is pretty good. But these guys are, you fight most machines, so a good strategy is to bring the bolt material and spam it.
Machine weak to lightning. You figure that one out early on. Your life's set for a very long period of time.
I am a little bit concerned about Red's health. If it does become a problem, let's say somebody falls asleep in the next fight, it might bring out Aerith's limit break.
Yeah, Healing Wind's always a good little backup. Kind of slow, but, getting a group heal for free is not much to sniff at.
I believe it's 7 grenades to take this guy out. Hopefully, this is the attack I can get put to sleep. Okay, that's good. So this is good. This is where I can queue in Red's limit break, so he gets an extra turn. So something about limit breaks is that they always take a priority when you queue them.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we should be in good shape. Gonna defeat this boss and a couple more grenades.
Yeah, we'd have to see some pretty impressive bad luck here for this to even be a problem. Pretty much all, but yep. 4 gone.
So for the Rufus fight, I mean, I'm going to save the Braver. What I'm going to hope for is that the grenade is enough. The dog has 140 health, so just hoping that the grenade rolls over 140 or higher.
I'm sorry, I think you mean good boy.
Good boy, yeah.
Yes.
$142 takes care of the dog.
Yeah, I guess the nice thing is since this is like set damage, it doesn't actually face the debuff from barrier, right?
Yeah. So grenade is considered what you call an elemental damage.
That's fire. Or is it non?
I believe, yeah, so fire is one of the elements. Elemental is like, I believe it's its own like element.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised that if you told me there was a grenade element, I'd believe it.
Yeah. It's actually quite a bit of interesting, unique elements that are in this game. Another example would be like there's a shout element.
Ooh, guard source. If we can dupe those, we could be invincible.
Oh, yeah. Store lightning. All right, this is where I will do a save, just to be safe. All right, guys, you know what's coming. It's the infamous motorcycle minigame.
Oh, baby. I mean, this is New Game Plus, right? We can just skip it?
If only, yeah.
Yeah, I'd considered making an incentive when I was doing this. I'm just like, 1 heal from red? No, thank you. No, thank you. Luckily, this one's a lot easier to handle. From what I understand, they have some pretty heavy understanding of it in the actual like any % route. So it's about as well understood as this one is too. But this one's a lot more simplistic when you actually get down to the logic, right?
Yeah.
Each one of the bikes do different things, and the one we're looking for, I think, is reds.
Yeah, we're looking for the red bikes to spawn. So we're going to be destroying the bikes until we get all the red one. And in terms of like the logic behind it, a little bit hard to explain, but to keep it in like simple terms,
Yeah.
the red bikes they have like a passive AI, so when Cloud swings his sword, the red bikes don't do anything.
Yeah,
they just hang back.
So once we cap out at 3, we can just swing our sword, not really have to interact with the minigame for the most part.
And something to keep in mind in the minigame is that you actually if you take damage in the minigame, it actually affects the
You take
player's
damage in
HP.
real life?
Yeah.
Dude, I just remember like playing it on the PlayStation. I'm like, oh. And then when I played it on the PC, I'm like, what do all these buttons mean? Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, the naming scheme of like the button layouts, like switch and select, it's not really clear.
Like, what were you guys thinking? This is the most obtuse thing ever. Could you just give me a keyboard button, please? I'm begging you. I'll settle for an enter and a space bar. There we go.
There's the 3 bikes. Oh, actually,
yeah, you
I can't hold it. I gotta mash. But as long as Cloud is between the truck and the 3 bikes, should be good to go.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to, for the motorball fight, I am going to use Bolt because it does a lot of damage.
Never really noticed that Barrett like actively like turrets the whole time. That's interesting.
The turrets, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize like they actually had little animations on there because I was so busy messing with the bikes every time.
I also like the detail where the portraits or the characters are blinking.
Oh, Jeez, I didn't even notice that either.
I just noticed that.
They
too.
have all these neat little touches that I just never noticed. As PC version graphics are really good.
Oh yeah, on the PlayStation, you're just like all pixels, you can't tell. Yeah.
What are you talking about? PlayStation runners out there have been like, this is slander.
Like the camera angle.
Yeah, I do like the cinematic camera angle, even if it does buck you like a horse. Yeah. So what's going on? Please, where am I? Just scare off that big machine with your sword.
That's impressive braking skills right there.
Yeah, stop on dime, I guess. One cylinder engines are really strong.
That's pretty rude.
Yeah, this is like one of the places where being in the back row is real nice.
I don't like the fact that he doubled attack Xandar there.
And these bosses are out for blood this time.
Yeah.
They've been really putting in the work. Getting a little spooked here.
Just don't attack Barrett again, please.
There we go. Yeah.
That's fine.
Because he's just going to take out the whole front row and then go for Tifa.
Yeah, I would have preferred if you attacked Tifa. She's the one in the back
The
row.
one character in the background. The game's just like, nah, I'm good.
So what's interesting about this fight is that if you had the rows get swapped, so if you had someone in the front row, they get in the back, and vice versa.
That's a hell of a limit break, Bolt. That's the only one Cloud has, Bolt.
If I do this right, I am going to try to queue in the limit breaks for safety here.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down.
33, 63. Yeah, let's just braver here. This big shot, I believe, should finish him off.
Please tell me this does. Okay, good. I was really worried. That was going to do like double digits.
That next attack would have been a flame attack, and that would have knocked out Cloud. And
GG, yeah.
Yeah, GG. All right, guys, we are out of Midgar. Whew.
Hour and a half. It usually takes me 4.5.
Well, if you use the grenades, you can speed that up.
Yeah,
a little bit,
I'll have to route that in. That's probably a good suggestion.
And this is where the fun begins, but we still do have to deal with the comm flashback.
Yeah. There is a way to skip it, but it is like counterintuitive in this route, right? And ends up not really saving much time, if any.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an advanced strat that we can use, but because we're going to perform a glitch in the flashback, we don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Try to... There we go.
Yeah, don't do whatever, guys. I don't care. Just figure it out. We're going.
So what I did there is I just did a little skip where talk to Barrett and exit the screen at the same time. That's just the consequences that the HP is going to be low, but I do save time.
Do I have time to squeeze in a couple donations?
Yeah,
here?
go for it.
Awesome, cool. We have a $25 donation from GhostFox007 who says, "Thank you to everyone who helped make Good Boy happen tonight. You're all breathtaking."
Would you say they're all good boys?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but I mean, there are good girls. There are good ones out there as well. Yeah.
True.
So Yeah. We also have a $100 donation from Exiden with no comment. Thank you very much for that donation, and thank you for putting that towards the bid war for Vincent. Gerald Pigman has jumped into the lead with $120. Oferon, however, is right behind at 100. Mercer with 50. Rose Storm with 25. So I know we still got plenty of time on that one, but it's never too early to heat this bid war up.
We are going to make the flashback a little bit interesting. I'm going to involve doing a save there.
I mean, maybe if we do this right, we can save a lot of time, right?
I think so, yeah. And there is my favorite, one of my favorite faces, Sephiroth. Oh.
They were just better without the mouth flaps. They shouldn't have added them back in.
No, there was a couple squats right there.
Does that make it 22 now that I owe you? Is that,
I think
is that,
so.
is that what it is?
Going to get an idea of how powerful Sephiroth is with these, with this next fight.
Hopefully.
But if I am lucky, I wonder if I can get a turn into attack Sephiroth. Oh.
Dragon says no.
Oh, of course, life 2.
I was already dead. Your action was Quaid.
You know what? I think the record for life 2 was like 8 for me.
I don't want to repeat. Please. Why do you say things like this?
Okay, thank you, Sephiroth.
I was so worried.
Super hard to show off, but if you attack Sephiroth and Cloud misses and Sephiroth dodges your attack, he just looks at Cloud like, what are you doing?
It's a good thing he doesn't have a counterattack material. You could just stick yourself in a life loop.
Yeah, Cloud counter or Sephiroth counterattack. Life 2.
Bad. All right, get back up. You're not done working. You're still on the clock.
Couple more donations if I could.
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. We got an anonymous donation for $25 with no comment. Thank you very much for that. We got another anonymous donation. This one's for $75, and it says, please don't throw grenades in the elevator. We just cleaned it.
That's a sturdy elevator. If it's still functional after a grenade.
Love how Xandar keeps interrupting the flashback.
It's non sequitur, just pulls back. Like, hold on, wait, I don't understand the story. Shut up and you will.
Well, after this run, Xandar is going to get an interesting dose of the story.
Yeah. I'm not going to understand the story anymore.
Let's get some sleep. And Vonnie, if you have any messages, feel free to share as well.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
I am incredibly ready to deliver you some messages. You have no idea, Ellie. Oh,
I'm at your beck and call. I am definitely here all the time.
Oh, indeed. All righty. RPG Limit Break proudly supports the National Alliance on Mental Illness. To get involved in the fight against the negative stigmas around mental illness, please reach out to NAMI via their state-level organizations on Facebook, where they can be found as NAMI, or on Instagram and Twitter as @NAMI Communicate. Remember, it's not a weakness to need help. Please reach out if you feel like you need it. And did you know that roughly 1 out of 5 Americans live with a mental health condition? We at RPG Limit Break are proud to be raising money for the National Alliance on Mental Illness. They work tirelessly towards cracking the code of mental illness through various means such as education, leadership, and increasing the availability of care. Please join RPG Limit Break in supporting this incredibly worthy cause. And you can do so by donating towards these bid wars that we've got going up here. Like I said, we still got Vincent that we're working on, but we've got all the bid wars for Shin Megami Tensei 5, which is coming up after this. So you got plenty of options there. So rpglimitbreak.com/donate. You got all the incentives you can look at there, peruse. There's ones for future games coming up here. There's for Legend of Heroes, Trails of the Sky, Live Alive, all kinds of stuff. There's plenty of options here. There's certainly going to be something that suits your fancy.
Should have seen it coming.
Good times.
Good time.
You know, speaking of good times, if you guys have like memory, FF7 has made an impact to most of us in the RPG community. If you have any memories that you guys want to share of this game, feel free to share that. I think another. So when I accidentally killed Emerald Weapon by using Kate Sit's slots. That was
discovered the strat.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna die. Wait, he died.
Yeah, he died.
Okay, cool. I wish I had something like that. Not too stubborn, like to come up with cool stuff like that. The only time I come up with good ideas is when I'm making a joke. Just use Demi on it. Could be perfect.
Oh, the audience is gonna be in a treat because of that. Oh.
It's really surprising what they did with just the pre-rendered backgrounds. Because playfield is a little bit but man, it's such a leap from like 6 to this.
Yeah, back then it blew our minds how nice it looked. Even not only the FMVs, but even the battles, the animations are awesome. The player models are they're in 3D.
I remember as like a kid and going to Toys R Us. Yes, I'm carbonating myself. That's fine. But going in there and playing the demo, this like I want that. I really want that. And then using Titan in the demo and then actually getting to play the real game, and I'm like, where's my Titan summon? I got scammed when I'm at the Scorpion. Where's my Titan? I have been had. Only to find it in Kangaga hours later. I don't want it anymore.
It's just not very clear how to get Titan.
Yeah, Titan's hidden way out of the way.
Yeah.
Most people probably thought it was a myth. Imagine missing out on Master Summon because you couldn't find Titan. Ugh. That's a rough one.
That's pretty cool, though. I personally haven't played the demo myself.
Yeah, after playing more of the modern demos, I realized they just throw in a bunch of stuff from just all over the place. They'll just, in early game, they'll just load you up with this wild stuff just to make you get a power trip. And then you play the game and you're like, wait, I'm not that powerful. I've been had. It's a really good way to at least give somebody a taste of the combat system in a really quick scenario. I wish I could remember more of it. I don't know if it was just the Reactor 1 with some just beefed up material. Here you go, just have a poison magnifier, bolt 3. I think you had tier 2 spells or something. It was really wild.
Something that people may not know as well is that the international version had an extra disc 4. It wasn't a playable disc in the sense of it had you could play on it, but it demoed. You can play the FMVs on.
Oh yeah, an FMV disc.
Yeah, you can see the different models, the different maps. So it's kind of like a bonus disc. If you YouTube it, you can kind of see what it's about.
Yeah. I mean, that's why the game's kind of split up the way it is because of the FMVs. The back game is just a couple of maps and FMVs.
Yeah, you're right. The FMVs take up a huge amount of space.
But the game is so minuscule in comparison to the videos. Nowadays, it's a trifle in size of storage. back then it was just a mind-blowing amount of video game. I know a lot of people were like, we get to leave Midgar. There's more than this, huh? Just
I think yeah, most people can relate.
Yeah.
relate to that. Whoa, there's a huge world to explore after Midgar.
Games just kept getting bigger. It was a time to be a video gamer. That's for sure. Also, I never really like decide, is this like some sort of crystallized hobgoblin, or what am I looking at? I know it's supposed to be a monster, but it doesn't look like any other monster in the game.
Yeah, all I know is it scarred me as a kid. Yeah.
It's terrifying, yeah. Kept me up at night for sure. But because I was trying to figure out what it was, not because I was scared of it.
Okay, read some donations here. Is this good?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. We got a $25 donation from Mechalink with no comment. Thank you for that. We got another $25 donation. This one's from Geisterkarl, and it says, I bet this money that Ruby Weapon will win. This is how this category works, right? And then we have a $20 donation from Shuffy that says, I was exposed to FF7 from the demo that came with Tobal #1. Anyone remember that game? Okay. Seeing Leviathan for the first time was such a mind-blowing thing to see to my 7-year-old self.
It's very cool, like all the different summon animations. Just very, very cool. Leviathan, Knights Around, even like Hades. We talked a little bit about that, yeah.
I love the way that the summons work in this game versus like modern ones where they just kind of chill around and do whatever. Mm-hmm. Like I like the idea of just in and out, quick damage. Mm-hmm. But the animations are fantastic. Like each one of the summons is like you pick up a new summon, you're like, you see the red material, you're like, yes, I'm gonna get to see this new thing.
Mm-hmm. And it's just, the summons are a powerful thing, and when you play casually, it's just super powerful.
Not only the damage, but the stat ups too.
Yeah.
A lot of it's manipulating your stats through the materia to just augment yourself into a mage.
That's true.
That's I think one of the best things about the game is that like your characters are somewhat blank slates, and you can kind of recreate them however you want by setting them up with materia. It's a super interesting gimmick for game creation.
If we were doing like a full category speedrun, the materia stats would play into effect. And unfortunately, it's not as big in this category because of how short it is. But going back to what Sid said about the materia growth, like maybe a materia has like a dexterity stat to it, which can help with the ATB weight tricking, or like the magic bonus.
Some of them just give you just a little bit of dex, strength, magic here. Yeah. Then there's some dedicated just giving you like multiplicative percents, which is very powerful.
By the way, I did perform actually not a safety save, but a mandatory save. So between like the half point of the flashback, you're asked to save the game, and I have to save in order to perform what I'm going to perform.
Yeah, at this point, saves are going to be actual mandatory rather than just like, I might die. It's like, I'm going to die. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm spoiling. Hold on. Wait a minute.
You are right, though. We are going to see a lot of saving.
A lot of you lost. We're gonna lose this run quite a few times. Thinking about saying hi to Vincent early there for a little bit. Couldn't commit. It is nice. I think you can actually get in there early. You can't open the coffin because I think it goes. They give you some sort of excuse, but you can get in the room earlier if I remember right.
Yeah, I don't quite remember, but when you play this game like the second or third time, it's like, ooh, I know Vincent's in there. Can I get in there?
Yeah,
yeah.
And it's like a little Easter egg. It's like, I better not disturb him, and then it like closes again or something like that. Yeah. There's nice little things like that.
I'm going to see Mother.
Oh, so we're running Earthbound now? All right, Ace Tass win. just total control into Earthbound at that point. Fantastic.
Yeah, I know time flies by really fast, but I mean, as Sid alluded to earlier, one of the holy grails that was found in FF7 is that, everybody, when is the calm flashback skip? When can we skip the calm flashback? And
it is actually skippable. You just it takes a lot of finagling. You got to go get a chocobo, which means you got to get the chocobo or catch one. Then there's a small river between Midgar and Junon that you can kind of rigmarole your way into and skip right across and just go straight to Junon. And because of the way the story triggers work, it'll still function normally. We could do that, but we need to go into the get to Kalman or get to Midgar or Nibelheim anyway. So this is actually kind of a better route for this.
There's some good videos about it on YouTube made by the community if you want to learn how the whole calm flashback skip works.
I honestly, after the Cosmo Canyon came out, I would have expected that this would have been the one they'd work on more, and I'm like, I was like, oh, Cosmo Canyon, I guess that's it. And then Calm comes out. I'm like,
oh, well, yeah.
And it's just a comedy of errors that because of the flags in the game, that the game still functions after instead of just completely bricking and becoming unplayable. This game is incredibly resilient, and it just happens to be programmed in the right way for some fairly big skips to still function.
Yeah, it's incredible. 25 years after the game release, and they were just finding out these things.
Yeah, even the PC version is a little bit more malleable, as we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Fellas, I have got a fresh batch of donations. Can I read them?
Yeah, sure. Please,
excellent. All righty. We got a $20 donation from legendary Nits Guy 1, who says, shout-outs to an amazing run in CreativeEly and an amazing game in FF7.
Thanks, Nits.
My Hero Zero donates $20 and says, this year I replayed FF7 for the first time since I was a kid, and I took the time to get Knights of the Round for my first time ever, and it was so worth it. This game is a timeless classic and a big reason I am still into RPGs today. We've got a $17 donation from Puexel, who says, borrowing my high school friend's PlayStation and copy of FF7 after he finished it feels like yesterday, although with his elaborate theories on secret ways to resurrect you-know-who. We got a $50 donation from Iron Furs that says, what I remember about Final Fantasy VII is the unofficial strategy guide spoiling things for me. Not things for FF7, which it was good about. Things for Phantasy Star 2, which I was belatedly getting around to playing. We got a $10 donation from Rockchan that says, so FF7 had two different demos, one with Eris and one with Tifa. Tifa had Neo Bahamut, but it still couldn't one-shot the boss. And we have Faritskin, who donates $11.10. And the donation comment says, source imanis et inanis, source inanis et inanis, estuans interius ira verimenti, estuans interius ira vehementi Sephiroth.
Well done, Bonnie.
Okay, now, I need to be very clear here. I was not instructed to sing that, all right? Hint, hint, for those of you that want to send in any more donations, all right?
You're gonna have to include special instructions from here on out.
Indeed you do.
That's one of my memories, too. I didn't have internet when I was a kid, so what I would do is I would go to the library, go on the computer, and be like, okay, is there a way I can revive you-know-who? Mm-hmm. So I would go to Game at FAQs, or what was it back in the early 2000s, Cheat Central, or CCC. I'd spend so much time trying to, I'm like, ooh, Ancient Forest, could this be a link to something?
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's so much...
the good old game fax days.
Yeah. Where things weren't really clear.
It's funny, the arms race between strategy guides and game facts at that point. And you could never tell which were wrong because both were wrong frequently.
Yeah, the strategies used to, for example, how are you going to defeat Emerald Weapon, Ruby Weapon, I would not recommend.
Unless you have an eternity to spend, yeah. Just turbo and walk away. Look, you beat the boss. I think the game beat itself.
Yeah, it's like, by the way, go ahead and use what you can use is final attack plus, revive to help you out. But the guide never tells you how to get final attack. Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and the worst way to get a golden chocobo. Here, we'll, go race the chocobos. That's it. Cool. Thanks. That's oddly specific.
Actually, before I forget, I need to go do a little bit of shopping here.
I was going to say, this isn't the last time we see Calm, then you walk back in. I was like, you know what? I'm going to say it anyway.
Get a couple of tranquilizers. About one potion.
Yeah, tranks are really important because the sadness status reduces damage, right?
Yeah, so it sacrifices the limit break, gauge building, but in a speedrun, it's huge because
damage reduction when you're at such extremely low levels is extremely important. Yeah,
exactly, and that's how you survive at low levels. One is to put the characters in the back row and then just trank everybody to try to mitigate all the damage.
Half and half, yeah. So it's the only thing you're taking full damage from is like magic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this.
So it's actually nice that I got an encounter here. It resets the Midgar zone position, so there's a couple ways you can get past Midgar. You can either, save cheese, or you can hide in the... Set your camera right here, hide in the corner. So if I set my camera and just move like that, it's going to force Zolom to go up. And feel free to do this when you do your next casual playthrough.
Yeah, this used to be such like a high skill. And then it's like, why don't we make this easy instead of a nightmare every run? Yeah, I think we can devote an extra couple hours to this.
Well, that's what I did when I was a kid. I just run to the marsh and just hope I can just get through it.
And you learn beta that way. It seems like a good idea. 10 out of 10, I would do it, yeah. As soon as I found out he had beta, I was like, can I get this early? My answer's not really. Really have to appreciate there's just a meeting of the minds with yourself and the antagonists of the game. And you both just agreed to peacefully go your separate ways. Like, whatever, man.
Yeah, thanks for this conversation.
Thanks for the lord up. I appreciate it. Could you let me go now? We've got other things to do.
So that is the majority of the cutscenes we have got to go through here. So this is technically where...
This is where the pedal hits the metal, yeah.
Yeah.
We're about to start tearing this game to shreds. We're going to expose all the scotch tape today.
Can I pop in with a donation before you do so?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sweet. We got a $25 donation from Keon Lyon that says, my Final Fantasy VII memory is that when I first played the end of Disc 1, my game froze. My 10-year-old self was crushed to have to replay that one part. Once was traumatic enough. And I think we all remember this. Who remembers memory card files corrupting?
Oh.
Too soon?
Hey. I think our memory card corrupted too.
Oh boy.
I think so.
It's a little bit weird.
By the way, he was excited to do the com flashback again.
Yeah. I was, so that's why we saved in the middle of it. We wanted to do it again. We just had to witness Sephiroth's splendor in the fire. It's such a good cutscene. Got the fourth disc, That was the problem.
No, guys, promise we're not going to do the flashback. In fact, we're going to do our first powerful glitch here, which is called the mansion skip. So this may take me a few tries.
Notice the elaborate animation of the gate closing. Just keep that in mind. And it's open again. What was the point? instead of the gate. They just placed a couple of NPCs here, which would normally keep us out. But when you're very resourceful, you find a way.
Hey, first try again. All right.
I told you it wasn't a fluke. Did his first try in the practice room, and he's like, it's never going to happen. And I'm like, it's going to happen. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that makes me happy. Didn't have to spend like 10 minutes here.
Yeah.
So first order of business, we got to make it to the bridge.
Yeah. I'm going to head out a little bit here. Just try and get past the... Wow. They hit pretty hard. Oh, that's right. We're still level 1. I think we may have made a mistake. A grievous error of judgment.
Think about it. Cloud dying in his own flashback?
I don't know. He's pretty confused. That might be the reality.
So the next step, so what I did there is I set myself up. I'm going to purposely die in Cloud's flashback. The next thing I want to do is I want to win an encounter. And this is unfortunately the worst encounter I can get.
Got all those grenades for a reason.
That black area that I was running around has a couple enemies that are easy to take out.
And this is not one of them.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get to show off the other one. He has a really cool animation that does nothing.
Oh, just like that, we are back in Nibelheim.
The game is just as confused as I am. So that was a battle mode warp. The TLDR on it is if you run away from an encounter, a specific mold, it sets a pointer in the game. And the game doesn't clear it properly on the PC version. So when you die in battle, it sends you to that pointer, which allows us to get back here. And we're going to continue to abuse this to get where we want to go at our convenience.
All right, I am purposely killing myself here to set up another warp. So this time, what I'm looking for is a specific enemy. This will let me get into the debug room. I need the 2 grasshoppers and 1 wing. So this is probably the RNG heavy section. I think it's 25%.
I mean, if you brought the E skill with you, you could have got White Wind here.
True. Which is a pretty good, pretty cool enemy skill.
One of the best healing methods that doesn't involve using your all materias, especially when all's an interesting materia in this game where like its level determines how many times you can use it. And it's such an awkward mechanic that took me a long time to figure. I'm like, why can I not just cast all? I don't understand.
Yeah, Sid mentioned earlier the reason we were able to warp to that Nibelheim flashback is because the victory screen is not present in the flash when you do the flashback. So when I won that battle in the world map, it teleported me there. The way this warp works is a little bit different. I'm setting the flag depending on the enemy, the previous encounter I run away from.
Yeah.
It sets the flag to the next location I'm going to warp to.
Yeah, there's a ton of different places you can go, and there's only a few that are super, super useful. This is one of them.
And this is the encounter that I'm looking for.
So I think like the first time like it was figured out that it was like it was actually over on the Gold Saucer continent is where the initial testing, at least the stream I was watching, where the testing was trying to figure it out. There was so much guessing. I was like, oh, wait, no, is it the last encounter we were in? It's not the one. Wait, what? There's so many graphs of useless information that meant nothing.
This is an example of the easy encounter. Pretty cool enemy.
No, don't kill him. I want to see.
Yeah, Electromag.
Let's go.
Whoa.
It put us in the front row.
if I did this right, we should see a black screen. Hey!
Yes.
All right, a couple things I'm going to do here. So when I talk to Yuffie, there's a few options that I get to choose here. So first thing I'm going to do is do menu on, and let me just make a safety save after all that hard work.
Yeah.
So menu on gives me the ability to unlock all the menu options. The next thing I want to do is full name. You're going to see a hilarious consequence of that, and then I want full materia. And what that's going to do is it's going to spawn in most of the materia you can get in this game.
Yeah, now we're going to have to equip some of those materia. Yeah, it's a very full name, isn't it? It's pretty full. This is the consequences of her actions. You may notice, if you can see through the name, Cloud is currently equipped with the Pile Banger, Barrett's weapon, and a fairy ring on his armor, which is an accessory, and is still functional. One of the things we have to keep an eye out here for, though, is actually the AP growth. Got to get rid of a couple of materia here, though, so that we can make some space to do our menuing. It'll make our life a little bit easier here. But a lot of these have pretty high AP growth. That's the reason we need it. But we also need to make sure that the stuff that we don't care about leveling up is put on Cloud's weapons specifically. Because it doesn't matter if it gets any AP here. And if you're familiar with this, you know there's a really easy way to get a ton of AP here. But we'll let you guys check that out when it happens.
As you can see, with that full materia, it gives me most of the materia that you would dream about, right?
2 to 3 of pretty much everything that you worked your whole childhood for, just given to you by simply. And here we have plus Barrett, a red weapon, and the safety bit. I wish that was an armor.
The idea of this menu is to also set myself up for all the weapon fights.
Yeah, we're going to have a little grind here that will set us up for all the fights, yeah. So that's why the menu is a little bit extensive, because we got to make sure we have everything we want powered up right now, because we're not going to be able to go back for it. I am giving myself some plus materia to help boost my speed later on.
I only wanted to... I'm not.
Mine, one of the most broken materia. Luckily, that doesn't matter if that gets any AP or not. But yeah, we do need specific characters here, because how I noticed that Cloud's weapon is the Pile Banger with 0 materia or AP growth. Some of the other characters have the same issues, so we have to take specifically this party into the grind fight and make sure we get everything set up right.
All right, I think we are good in terms of the materia setup.
Yeah, we'll want to reset the limits here so we can actually attack. And the reason will become obvious pretty quickly here.
All right, now that we're all set up, we're going to do a few battles here. So this battle 999 will give us this encounter.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy encounter with a test enemy with, like, I think 10 HP and some pretty middling stats. It's intended to just test the combat system, but it has some very large rewards.
Whoa, all of a sudden I have like 5,000 HP.
Yeah, we're easily going to max out levels here, but we also get a ton of AP here, so this is why we went through the full name, so that we could get the glitched equipment that has massive AP growth, much higher than intended. And this is why I was talking about the ethers. We get a turbo ether for each one, but we only have to defeat the center one, so we end up getting 25 total. So we have all the ethers we could possibly want now. We're rich. Well, more ways than one. We're getting plenty of money from this, too.
Yeah, I'm specifically going to do 5 encounters. Not only will that get me to max level, it'll give me enough AP growth to set myself up for the next fights.
This can lead to a ton of different strats, so using double cut, slash all, guild toss, Materius, magic, summon spamming, a lot of things. Just depending, your imagination is the limiting factor here.
Hey, this should be the last encounter we need for the grinds.
Yeah, but the reason the debug room is still present, the common understanding is that they finally got the game working and shipped it functional and just cut out the debug room. But because of the way the PC handles data, it actually doesn't crash when we battle mode warp versus the PlayStation version, which cannot access this without using cheat codes directly.
The debug room, as you notice, has multiple rooms, and this is the room that I want to go into first.
Yeah.
Just a straight up north room.
We have to be very careful too, because once we exit the center chamber, we can't get back.
I'm purposely swapping out Aerith because if I don't, I'm going to soft lock.
Yeah, there's a bunch of quirks to this that we have to be very careful about. And the names being this does make this a bit harder to actually tell what's going on.
All right, so let's take on our first weapon fight. So we talked to Sid here, and just like that, we are at our first weapon.
We're gonna feel some wind. A lot of these have some really weird names, but we know which one we're looking for. Thanks to people actually mapping it out and figuring out which is what.
So what I have here is Good Boy, also known as he's set up with
Good Boy.
There you go. He's set up with Quadra Magic and Lightning, and this guy is weak to Lightning.
Yep.
So we're just spamming Quadra Magic with W Magic to knock him out quickly.
Yeah, Aerith in this fight will crash the game because she's not supposed to be here for reasons.
Yeah, for reasons.
I think she was scared of him, so she went home that day, took the night off. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And that's where Aerith was.
I mean, we were having a party. I guess we might as well bring it. The first time I was watching this, the practice room was like a fever dream. I still can't believe that it functions this way.
What you looking at? It senses murder.
Let's
watch from the airship.
Murdering my wallet. These games are all a scam.
Exchanging GP, that's a scam right there.
Having to respawn just to try and get that guy to show up so he'll only sell you 1,000. Not only does he rob you blind, but he'll only rob you blind for a certain amount.
Let's hurry out of here. I think something really big's
coming. This is like your first night after you beat the game, and just all the cutscenes are running together in your dream, and you wake up and you're like, what? Huh? It's like an FMV exhibition instead of a speed run.
Thank goodness for the PC version, because if this somehow worked on PlayStation, you'd probably have to swap the discs back and forth.
Yeah. I can't. The amount of I mean, I guess the international version would be good then, because you could just put disc 4 in and it would load all the cutscenes.
Well, while we're watching cutscenes, can I do a couple donations here?
Sure.
All right. I got a $50 donation from PM920 that says, Ellie, it's awesome to see you doing FF7. We have some time to see the best Salt Lake. DQ7 3DS next year. Got to put this towards the Get Anima incentive because I'm playing FF10 casually right now, and I haven't gotten Anima yet, and I want to know how that works. And then we have a $250 donation. And this one's from Doug the Red Beard.
Oh no, spoilers. Look away. Take the stream run, come on.
Sorry, go ahead, Bonnie.
I'm sorry. I thought you were.
Don't worry,
I thought you were legit
nothing's
ripping
going
right
on.
now.
Just
I was
keep
like,
going.
Oh, no.
You're good.
Wow, you got me. All right, I've been bamboozled. Anyway, $250 from Doug the Redbeard that says, good luck on everyone left running, and thanks for everything y'all do, including the squad that set this all up.
Wow, that sucks. Man's like a surgeon, not a single drop of blood on his blade.
Yeah, with this like sequence of cutscenes, like
Oh yeah.
these like I have these theories coming up.
This is like when you get an extreme cold and like you get to stay home sick and you're playing this all day,
Yeah.
and then when you pass out, this is what you're dreaming.
Damn,
Damn, indeed.
it went right through Weapon.
What? I mean, the weapon did go right through her. That is very true. The music mix with these cutscenes is killing me. Hurry up and die. Oh my god.
Maybe Aerith is like a weapon. Maybe she is Emerald Weapon.
Maybe that's why he spawns on the bottom of the river. Yeah. Just getting back at us. You suck.
Sir, the weapon's been defeated.
I forgot
guys.
this existed for a minute. I almost thought you'd played this at a different time just to mess with me, and now I remember it isn't.
Well, guys, please enjoy these cars. This is looks like a one-cylinder.
So we're gonna get a very, very accurate description of its stats. Oh, this is
6,100cc one-cylinder,
820 kilograms. Okay, sure.
4,200 RPM.
I'm not really believing these quarter-mile speeds. Nope, X'd it out on that. 33 seconds? Like I said, it's a one-cylinder. Really good stopping power. Must be the lack of actual motor power.
I'll check out those equations and all the axle work.
The cutscene that nobody has ever seen unless they watch this category.
Yeah.
You have to go out of your way to interact with a Shinra information module at the bottom of Shinra tower behind the motorcycle or something. I think something like that.
Oh, that was interesting. Back to our regular
That is
programming.
Actual gameplay. The fever dream is over. You've woken and the fever is broken.
Oh, the cool thing is we have our high winds, so
Yeah.
we're going to do some item collection. The first thing is I'm going to collect.
Golden Chocobo? You seem to be in the right area.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the golden chocobo.
You get a wonderful here. And all we got to get is the, I think it's good. Yeah. See, right there. There's the tracks. You're going the wrong way.
I'm going the. Oh, okay, maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Oh, man. That's how you said we were getting Knights of the Round. Oh, you're using Knights of the Round. We're not getting Knights of the Round. Okay,
That's
that
right, yeah.
was my mistake.
Yeah, and like some of the things that you discover, you don't have to do chocobo racing to get Knights of the Round.
Miserable experience. Yeah, so we come over here because there's some really nice items. The hero drink and vaccine, which I think vaccine prevents your status from being changed, right? And
Yeah, it acts. It's pretty much a resist. Yeah, the spell resists what it prevents status anomalies. You got it.
And then the hero drink like increases your levels in the back end, despite its lackluster description. It's a pretty busted item. If you watch like any challenge runs, it's usually the first thing banned. Or at the very least, they'll have to get a bunch of them for if you're doing weird restriction runs.
Yeah, you're right. It's not very clear on what it does, but I believe it's a 25% stat.
Sounds about right, yeah. It's pretty massive. A couple of hero drinks take you from 0 to hero, quite literally, even if you're at low levels.
So here's our next weapon.
Yeah.
Ultimate weapon.
So I did say that we picked up a really nice item in that train graveyard. It was a high potion. It would be very useful. And you will get to see how. He looks a little hurt. Yeah, maybe he'll leave us alone if we heal him, you think?
Well, let's try. See what happens here.
Wow. That worked? Ah,
Oh, okay.
that worked.
All right, see ya.
Okay. I get down with it.
I'd be pretty mad if I got like a potion thrown at me too.
Just somebody walks up to you in the street and just throws a vial of water in your face. Dude, I'm out of here. What the hell? I didn't do nothing to you. That's rude. Yeah, so what actually happens there is Ultimate Weapons HP doesn't get initialized properly because of the way we got to this segment of the game. So it's currently like 0, and healing him pushes him to the threshold that will make him change positions. And because 500 is so low, it pushes him to his final threshold so that he'll always be over Cosmo Canyon. And 500 is perfect because we can just one-shot him.
Exactly.
Really quick.
His stats get actually set when you encounter him for the first time in Medell. And like you mentioned, because we never encountered that, he had no HP value.
Yeah.
So why am I going to Junon? I'm going to grab this submarine. And to fight Emerald Weapon, you need to go underwater.
A lot of this stuff kind of seems counterintuitive until you like give it a little bit of thought. The thing is there's actually 2 subs. One where you have to do a huge mini game, and because of the weird way we've loaded in here, oh yeah, it's a big cannon. Or something feels different. Yeah, because we've been here before with the cannon, you know, in that cutscene that was playing in the middle of those other. You know, I don't even remember what's going on anymore. But yeah, there's 2 subs. Normally, you were supposed to go down and have to deal with carry armor and stuff. This one, there's a backup just in case you missed it, and we're in that position where that's already closed off, so we can get the backup one here, which thankfully is much quicker.
Yeah, don't have to travel like through the reactors and stuff. It's actually just right here. I do have to do one random, or not random, but a
one encounter rather than like 4 or 5 plus carry armor.
Oh yeah. Ooh, carry armor.
Not like he'd be really scary with quad lightning.
Oh yeah.
Quad lightning, double magic. Oh, it's just 8. You could take 8 lightnings, right? What? You can't?
Oh, if we had that in like the no slot speedrun.
Every runner's dream, making carry armor inconsequential. Yeah. It's mine. Upgraded grenade that we won't get to use, unfortunately.
You know what? I think we could find a use for that.
Actually, now that you mention it, I think there is a place we could use that. Dog nap it. Oh, we already have a good boy. We don't need a second good boy.
You know, I was going to take you to task when you win that one village where the guy hero drink at the vaccine. You walked by a dog not once but twice and did not pet it.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
You have to route that in next time.
We'll do that.
There you go.
We'll petition Square to add a dog petting functionality to this game retroactively.
Excellent.
I believe they've added it to 16, so I'm sure it will be inconsequential to add it here.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Some people, you may not have ever even seen this sub. This is the red sub. They actually have 2 different colors depending on whether you get the backup one or not. Honestly, the backup one looks a little bit cooler. I think the red complements it real well.
As Sid mentioned earlier, you're going to find Ultimate Weapon sitting at his final location, which is on top of the Cosmo Canyon.
Yeah, because every time you do a certain amount of damage, he flies off, but since we put him there, we skipped all that nonsense. All right, but will he casually dodge Shadow Flare?
Let's see. Hey, good boy.
Again, good boy indeed. 2 for 2. Red's out here champing it.
We are done with 2 out of the 4 weapons.
Now on to the real
The real fights,
struggles, yeah.
So that S-mine that I just threw at him was just something that came up today. Normally I would chuck a grenade, but we threw a high potion at him, so S-mine does more damage. All right, gonna just do a little bit of setup for Emerald Weapon.
Yeah, we got to change up our equipment real quick, so I guess if you've got something, Bonnie, feel free.
I sure do. I got a donation here. It's $50 from Iron Furs. It says, all I have to say after that montage is Xeno Giez? Now, also want to remind you folks that we still have that bid war for naming Vincent going on. Gerald Pigman is in the lead with $140. Opheron right behind it with 100. Mercer has 50 and Rose Storm has 25. How much more time do we have for that one?
About 15 minutes.
15 minutes,
15
okay.
Minutes, so
that's
coming up pretty close here.
That's plenty of time to get donations in, but not so much time that you want to wait. So get those donations in. Let me know how you want to name Vincent.
Thank you, Sid.
Yeah, we got to give her some time to shine. Let her tell the planet what's what. Golly gee whiz, I wish it was that easy to move materia around.
Just about set up here.
Yeah, the only downside of Give All Materia is it gets very hectic very quick.
All right, let's go take on our next weapon, which is Emerald Weapon. So what's cool is that, you know, Aerith doesn't spawn, or Aerith is not part of the party members' disc 2, so it's very fitting that we bring her to fight Emerald Weapon.
Yep.
So it's very interesting. Emerald Weapon is susceptible to spells, and one of them we're going to use is a slow.
Yeah.
So I'm going to slow Emerald Weapon, and then I'm going to haste the party. And I set the speed for the ATB to be as low as possible, so I can squeeze in a lot of turns.
Yeah, you might think the timer's a problem, but that's actually for Emerald Weapon, not for us. If he survives that long, he gets to go.
All right, looks like we're set up here, so let's do our thing.
Yeah. I flippantly said in the practice room, why don't you use Demi on Emerald Weapon? And Ellie looked at me and like, why don't I? He's immune to it, right? No, I don't think he is. Come to find out, he's most definitely not immune to it. The one enemy in the game with 1 billion HP is not immune to Demi. So we're going to be spamming Demi to make this much quicker.
Yeah, my original strat was to level up double cut to his max, so it'd be 4,999 hits. But as you can see, if I mime I get 8 attacks per character. So,
and on top of that, we don't have to waste any time with hero drinks to buff the damage.
Exactly.
And it's a much quicker animation for the earlier Demis too. Since he has such a massive amount of HP, the early one works for a pretty good chunk of time.
I just like how she spits out a ball.
Just little spitballs.
Wanted to also show off the double cut animation from Aerith, but because of the strat or the 4x cut, because you don't get Aerith with the double cut, but her multiple attack animation is very interesting.
I mean, you could have given it to her if you really wanted to.
I could have. So with Emerald Weapon, there's so many strats that you can use.
I can't believe this is one of them. Let's give him 1 billion HP. Should he be weak to Demi? Why not?
Another classic would be to spam like Knights of Round or a powerful summon, or maybe use some limit break cheese and just spam limit breaks.
Yeah, there's a couple of different ways for sure. My favorite is the manipulate 777 setup.
Yeah.
Just send everybody in there berserk and let them go. That's always really cool that you can like set that up through manipulating HP with HP ups and materia and stuff by dropping it down and raising your HP back up over.
Yeah, a lot of cool setups with the 777.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, you upgrade every once in a while, but it's like the same amount of time when you run out of like alls too. It's a shame that doesn't work on the eyes though.
And Demi's always going to do 999 because it's based on the amount of HP.
Which he still has plenty of.
Yeah, we can tell that he's almost dead when he stops doing 999. Emerald Weapon, I believe, has I think a little bit over 1.
I think it's 1 billion flat was what I read on the wiki.
1 billion flat?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's why I was like, there's no way. This guy is notorious for having ridiculous amounts of HP. Why would you do that?
Yeah, the memory that will stick out to me is just one-shotting him with Kate Sith accidentally. I think there was also another way to one-shot him if you like overflow some things. But
I think, Vincent's kill overflow, overflowing his damage with one of his weapons from like maxing out your kills or something like that. There's a lot of really out there breaks in this game, and the fact that like it still functions as well as it does is impressive, honestly. Oh yeah, part of the other reason we did the full name thing too is it also gave us 255, bit and spirit, which is basically magic and physical defense. So it made it a lot tankier.
yeah, usually with the stats, like Emerald would do like thousands of damage, like maybe like 7, if you remember right, 7,000 damage. But you could see that Emerald shot, with the help of being tranked, doesn't do too much.
It makes it more or less inconsequential, and as long as we're not being completely reckless, it's pretty easy to get through the fight. And you also get to see all 3 demis.
Yeah, exactly. Mime is just such a good materia.
I'm scared to think what it's going to do in the next game.
And that's fair.
There's so many materia in this game, I fear. How are they going to make this not broken?
The way we want to take out the eyes as soon as possible, so we're going to Quadra Magic Ultima, and that's going to be enough.
Yeah, although the eyes are vulnerable to like Demi, their HP pool is just so low that it really does nothing, even though it would still do a decent amount to Emerald. So we'd end up having to do the same thing either way. Green. Green on green violence. No, don't die, good boy.
If you do not kill the eyes at a certain amount of time, it uses Emerald weapon uses a move called
Emerald Beam. Isn't it?
Air Tear Storm, which
Air Tear
is
Storm, yeah.
the backwards materia. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you guys already know
I'm
about
thinking
that.
an Emerald Beam, yeah, a different one completely.
And depending on how much materia you have, that's how much that attacks. So if you have like 9 materia, it's going to be like 99999.
Yeah, it trips up a bunch of players because it's not really obvious. And there's really no way to figure it out other than testing. Because honestly, I wouldn't even really think about it. Just a couple elixirs.
As long as I don't elixir Emerald weapon.
Why don't you test it out and see if it works? Maybe he'll go away too.
I think this demi strat is pretty solid enough.
This is peak. Don't worry about it. We're good. It's just a shame we couldn't use Comet. That's my favorite materia out of all of them, honestly.
Yeah, I would say Comet 2 is like my favorite spell in this game.
Like that Meteor Rain, I think, is my favorite element too.
The Meteor Rain?
I don't know why. They're so aesthetically pleasing.
And what's unique about that Comet materia is like it's one of those magic spells that that has multiple hits to it. There's
non-elemental too,
yeah.
I think. I was always excited when I got to that specific part of the game just because of that materia.
Yeah.
Bottomless HP sponge. Just bottomless.
Promise you guys, we are making our way through Emma. He must be pretty close. I'm guessing we probably took out 3/4 of his health.
This is as fast as it gets, I swear. We are not sandbagging. we can't diamond weapon him.
Not much time left for Emerald weapon in that halfway point.
All he's going to take is another 10 minutes of Demi and go,
Oh, it's not 999.
Oh, that's not good. I don't think he's making it the distance. Well, he made it halfway. Pretty valiant. I guess a billion can only go so far. I mean, I guess that's better than double cut, yeah. How'd you kill Ultimate Weapon? With Braver. Seems legit.
Hey, we did it! That takes care of Emerald weapon.
He made it
11 minutes.
Almost 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Tough guy. Ooh, Earth Harp. I wonder if that's worth anything.
You know what? I think it is.
Yeah. I think I know somebody. I know a guy.
You know a guy?
I know a guy. Go back to Calm.
All right.
There's a guy.
Do you have to do the flashback first?
Yeah. Sure, why not? Gotta have some more cutscenes.
All right, we are going to get our reward for taking care of Emerald Weapon. As you guys know, we get special materia. We're trading in, what was that, the Earth Harp?
Mm-hmm. And that Desert Rose gives you a jank gold chocobo that does get you to Knights of the Round, but you're probably going to want Knights of the Round to get to do that fight anyway. At least before you've lost a year of your life. Oh. Yep.
Oh. Well, I was going to share the other material with the chat, but I accidentally took everything. I just need the master summon. All right, a few more steps we have to take in order to fight, to set ourselves up with Ruby Weapon. So, slight detour.
Yeah, and this is why we need it. We will be getting Vincent, actually. This is part of it.
Take a small vacation real quick.
What, you didn't want another S-Bind?
No.
They seem pretty good.
How many S-Mines would it take to kill an Emerald Weapon?
Hold on. No. No.
We could do the math later.
Can you overflow S-Mines?
That's a good question.
Gonna have to.
I was doing practice. I asked Sid, do you remember the locker combination? And yeah, he remembered it.
Yeah, they found a way to use it. And I have to remember it now. I actually posed a question. I was like, why are we going this route to get Vincent? This seems a bit obtuse, since we should be able to just add him through the debug room, right? There's actually a couple of options in the debug room. One that will warp us here right after running into Vincent, or another that will just add him to the party. But what was it? I believe you said it crashes the game?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't use the debug room, as you mentioned, to spawn him in, or else the game crashes.
Fun fact, that Vincent that you spawn in is actually the placeholder for Sephiroth, too. So he spawns in at level 50 with Sephiroth's materia from the flashback. $97.
Thanks, Sid.
Yeah, you have to do that like on the thumbs stick, so it's really awkward to try and put the combination in the remake.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, you have to do it with the thumbstick. So it's like, no, wait, no, wait, no. You have to like fiddle with it to get that one digit sometimes, and he's gone. I guess he wasn't much of a boss after all. Oh, good. So now we can get Odin too, right?
Nah, we'll skip it.
Oh, damn. Just not good enough. Oh, maybe he can instant kill a Ruby Weapon.
That'd be hilarious if they just left that there. Oh, man. The thing about getting Vincent is we have to do the whole story trigger in order to have him officially a party member. So go through the
we will need Vincent's name soon, right?
Yeah. Thanks for the call, Sid.
I'm actually glad you mentioned that. We got 2 donations in here. They're both from Nemo2342. They are both for $50. They both have no comment, but one of them was put towards naming it Ulferon, which is now in the lead with 150. Gerald Pigman just behind at 140. So if we do want to get Gerald Pigman in there, we're going to need a last-minute snipe. How much more time do we got?
Yeah, like a minute.
About 1 minute. All right.
So these bats are giving you time.
Yeah.
You better hope for another one.
Very good. All right, all you Gerald Pigman stands out there, get your money in like now.
All right, so we're gonna meet Vincent here. It does take a few dialogue boxes to recruit him, and then we'll leave him alone. He'll join the party here. It's your opportunity to snipe.
Talk about Sephiroth. That guy. I hate that guy. We can go together, sure. That's all it takes.
Guess if the screen like chroma colors, that's indication.
Yeah, I guess like 3 color flashes is indicating 3 minutes has passed. I wish Knights of the Round was that fast. Just 1 flash for each night. Let's go.
All right, here we go. I'm going to need Vincent's name right now.
All righty, with $175, it is going to be Ulferon. So capital O, P, H, E-R-O-N.
All right, awesome.
There you go. You got it.
Thank you, Monty. And thank you for the donations toward Offeron.
Yeah.
And this one we'll let you keep for free.
And I know you guys, we've reached the night of the round animation, and we'll treat you here very soon.
You're going to do it through the W summon method.
No.
I'll explain it when we get to the fight. It'll be a little bit easier when you see what's happening. Or maybe I'll explain it during the 5-minute animation. I think I have plenty of time.
Yeah.
Hey, cool. You decided to come with us.
It's just the problem is he's not going to meet Hojo, at least in this category.
Maybe one day, buddy. Just not today. All right, so we'll go back for Yuffie, right?
We'll go back for Yuffie.
Sounds good. Got to get all the characters, or at least all the ones we can get.
Right, almost out of the mansion, and then we have to do one more encounter. I need to steal a item from specific enemy.
MLG landing on the airship too. Just always find it funny how it clips into the characters like that. Why? Why was this so hard to to code? I hate it here.
Put out some enemy lure.
So for a second there, I thought you were putting a chocobo lure. So I was like, okay,
Oh, a
sure.
chocobo lure.
Get that one extra speed or dex or whatever it is.
And then we want Water Magic with all. And we should be set up for Emerald, or not Emerald, Ruby weapon here. But
The other weapon.
the other weapon.
I think the only one we haven't killed yet. Yeah, I'm sure you can figure it out by process of elimination. Don't worry about it.
This is a little bit of an RNG section, but looks like we got the encounter pretty fast.
Hey,
That's good.
my old grind fight. Dazers. Ooh. Neat.
Laser is very important because what it does, it's 100% stop when used as an item.
That's very rude. How dare you do that to the guy?
That is
He was
not how
such
we
a
wanted
good
you to
boy.
pet the dog.
You ask and you shall receive. No takesy backsies.
A lot of you may be familiar with the setup. It's classic to go into Ruby Weapon with the 2 characters dead so that we can avoid the whirlpool.
Yeah, it's either that or doing the fight with RNG. If nothing else, we need to make sure Vincent won't get taken out of the fight. Vincent, any other character is fine. Sure, those of you that like know about a lot of glitches in 7 already know what I'm talking about, but this might be the first time some of you have seen this. It is kind of a niche glitch that doesn't show up very often.
All right, I think we're set up. All right, guys, take on the last weapon.
Yeah, just this extreme monster below Golden Saucer.
First thing I'm going to do is going to open up with Dazers, just to freeze them, and then I'll stack up hero drinks onto Cloud.
You're gonna dupe him first, right?
Dupe them first, you got it.
We could have also duped him in the Emerald Weapon, but Yeah, so W item has a really weird interaction where it doesn't like decrement the item immediately. So if we go back and forth after selecting it, the game just gives us an additional one. I don't know how you program it to do something like that, but it's not programmed right. I am sure of it. I'm pretty sure you have to go out of your way to make it this broken.
Yeah, that is probably the most well-known glitch that everybody used, right?
Yeah. So where's W item again? Oh, the raid. Okay, sure,
Yeah.
got it.
So with this guy, you can use slow, just like Emerald Weapon.
Which of course is very valuable here because it'll extend the stop from the Dazer. Which will make us 100% safe in reviving our other characters for the most part.
Yeah, the key is to try to get as many turns as possible. Alright, we're going to cast Resist on Cloud, and then we're going to haste everybody.
Or vaccine. Forgotten this run. Maybe next run. I swear he used it in the practice run. He didn't just pick it up for no reason.
Yeah, that was, I think, what would happen in practice. I might have forgotten like a master magic, and that's why I used a vaccine. But they both work the same way.
6 to 1, half dozen to the other. No difference, really. Were you looking for another high potion?
All right, let's start doing some damage here.
Should we start off with a bang?
Yeah. No, actually, we're going to close it out with a bang. How about that?
All right, yeah. So, bang.
Ooh.
Where do...
Well, we can't quite do
Where do be...
Knights of the Round without a summon materia.
Where do be Masters summon, though? I told you to get the gold chocobo, dude. This would have been so much easier. You would have totally remembered it if you went all the way over there for it.
Yeah, I should have done the chocobo route. You're right.
Joking aside, the Master Materias let you use everything infinitely, but with summons, even if you level them up, you can only use the summon equal to the level that it is. So max, you would get 5 charges of Knights of the Round. So we really did need the Master Materia.
Okay,
Unfortunate.
We have Master Round.
There we go.
We just have to reset up. Not too bad.
I mean, at least we didn't sit through a Knights of the Round animation before having
True.
5 minutes in. Oh, wait. We also wanted to throw an MP Absorb on that, too, because this thing is horrendously expensive.
Exactly.
So it'll make our lives a lot easier so we don't have to bother using those turbo ethers that we should be using. Grumble, grumble.
Next run.
I thought speedruns... Whoa! Yeah!
What happened there? Did I queue in a double attack? I don't think I did.
No, he confused you.
He got confused.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, this is why everybody hates this guy. Because they force you to go in with a single character, and if he gets a turn, sometimes you just get rolled.
That's...
But did you put Master Magic on? And
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Hold on, check. Wait. Check
left,
before you.
Yeah, I left Master Summon, yeah. All right, maybe third try is a charm?
Yeah, if you'll let us have a turn again.
And that is the reason why we do put Resist on Cloud to prevent any of the status effects. And it's kind of...
Yeah, he's got it. We're good. Yeah, we've got to take this a very specific way. The hero drink to increase our stats so that we can survive these hits as well. So the order is very, very methodical on purpose.
Yeah, the setup is very specific.
The only thing that's unfortunate is because of the way the slow goes out, the Dazer wears off shortly after, but we have to wait a little bit to start getting the party back up first. It's just having more options from more characters is far more important than making sure the stop sticks.
And what's nice is that because Ruby Weapon is stopped, the tentacles can't perform when it's stopped.
Neat. I forgot that one stole MP. All right.
All right, let's resist Cloud and then paste everybody, and then we should be set up.
All right. First try. Third try. Yeah. I mean, this is the only try that counts because we actually have the Master Magic, Master Summon. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, the I guess I'll wait until we show off this first glitch and explain the W summon thing that I was talking about earlier. So Vincent has a really interesting interaction, or rather a glitch, with Mug. It'll just cancel out the animation of a summon if you time it properly. I think that's how it works.
Yes, as long as I do one more Mug and then I'll explain that. So weapon needs, or Vincent, this can only be performed with Vincent if he has a long-range weapon like the shotgun that he has here.
Yeah.
So when you use Mug, it will skip the next animation that you queue in. So what I'm doing is here, I'm mugging, and then I'm queuing the Knights of Round. And I didn't queue it properly, so here's the donation incentive.
I guess we're doing it early.
All right. This will give you guys an idea of how much Knights of Round is going to do.
Yep. I don't know what's more valuable, the damage or my time.
I mean, you have to admit, when you got this summon for the first time.
This guy is the best.
Oh, the comments?
Yeah. That's my favorite knight. That dude.
Comes in with the staff, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, this summon is such a flex by Square. This is mind-blowing back in the day. It's unnecessary. So cool. But you have to jump through so many hoops to get it.
Yeah. Hardest material to get, for sure. But worth it when you see it for like the first time.
Yeah. But yeah, what I was talking about with the W summon is, as you may have noticed earlier, he said it cancels the next action. But if you queue it up with W summon, you get a free Knights of the Round behind it. We were considering just spamming random summons with W summon, but the staff told us to get out of the room.
It takes a total of 7 casts to knock him out.
Yeah, Vincent's pretty broken because he has both this and then he has an overflow glitch with, I think, his ultimate weapon. If he let you max out kills with it, and his damage can be even higher than this. That, however, takes a massive amount of setup.
There we go.
All
Final
weapons.
weapon, all weapons down. Awesome.
You know what? We forgot Yuffie. We're going to get her before we...
You know what? Let's not forget Yuffie.
All right, Desert Rose. Gold Chocobo, we don't need it anymore. He can keep it.
All right, so we're ready to go ahead and close out the run. We took care of everything that we needed. So what I'm going to do here is I made a save right next to Yuffie's forest.
When we were doing practice in the back room, we basically littered the save files to the point where we didn't know where anything was. We're going to head back into the debug room, do a little bit of setup here.
Looks like we're set up. I like the silence of the debug room.
Yep.
Can't feel that silence?
Yeah.
Go for it. Sure.
Okay, cool. I want to talk about the prizes that we've got available right now because we do have a prize block that will be ending after the next game, which is Shin Megami Tensei 5. As you know, if you've been watching us all week long, we've got those big prizes. We've got that Buster Sword replica, which seems fitting to talk about because we're playing Final Fantasy VII. In order to get eligible for that, you need to donate at least $250 over the course of the entire marathon. That does not need to be done in one single donation. If you want to split it up over 2 or 5 or 10 or however many, doesn't matter. As long as it adds up to at least $250, that gets you in the running. Now, there's also that custom Game Boy Advance SP that's got Mimi, our mascot, painted onto it. That is a cumulative $75 donations, but the cutoff for that is going to be after Live Alive. So you want to make sure you get in on that over the course of the next day or so. Now,
wait a minute. This isn't Yuffie. I thought we had to do like a dialogue thing with her, right?
Yeah, that's usually what happens. But it looks like we ended up back in the debug room.
Maybe, yeah. I warped back. Yeah, there's some more ethers. Okay, we'll need those. Yeah, so this is the older version of the warping bug. It used to require Yuffie until it was fully understood how the battle mode warping actually worked. Yuffie was the initial one because of the way that cutscene after battle triggered, and then they realized it was just like the victory screen was the problem. So we actually want to go to the end of the game, but what we realized is that doing the dying in Battle 999 puts us here. And if you guys are familiar, this is the end of the game. This is the end of the game. We've already killed everything.
Yeah.
We're headed out. Okay, we killed Sephiroth. Done. But this will allow us to skip the Genova Safer Sephiroth, Bizarro Sephiroth fight that you used to have to go through.
Yeah, there's the NPC where I actually have to hold R1 and use the command at the same time, and it'll take me directly to this final cutscene.
They're so weird.
And of course, this will be fitting.
Yep. Look at him going right to the center of the earth. Now we know where he fell.
And thank you, everybody. We hit the limit break donation, so let's finish it off with a bang here.
This will be a little bit different than you may have imagined it, but you do indeed get a limit break. It was good enough for Emerald. It's good enough for him.
Time. That's it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the trip of the FF7 run.
That Braver did a lot of work. He's pretty bloody.
Yeah, not only did he Cloud get Sephiroth, he got Emerald Weapon too with that finish.
No wonder it's just like his stock move now.
Appreciate RPG Limit Break for letting us show how broken the FF7 PC run is. Very, very fun category if you're interested. A lot of these glitches and exhibition PCs you can actually kind of just do yourself. You watch the video, you can kind of just mimic what I did here. It's not really too difficult to set up. But again, Thank you guys for all your support, Sid. Thank you for commentating.
Well, thank you for having me commentate. It's been a blast.
Absolutely. I think I'm going to go ahead and close it out here. Thank you guys for watching this FF7 run. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
I would say give it up one more time for CreativeEly for absolutely dismantling Final Fantasy VII there. That was an incredible showing. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, I do want to remind you that the game we have coming up next is Shin Megami Tensei 5. That is going to be run by Freedom Pulse and hold on a second here. It's being run by Freedom Pulse and Shaggy3311. Now, there are some bid wars for that, but there are going to be cutoffs that are going to be right at the beginning of the game. The language and naming incentives, you want to get in on those now. For the language incentive, Japanese has $50, English has $20. And as far as naming the main character, Hihobino is at $84 and Stanley is at $18. So if you want to snipe any of those, you want to get in on either of those donation incentives to see what you want there. Time is short. We're going to get set up for the next game in just a few minutes here, so be sure to get those donations in quickly. Alrighty, folks. Well, this is going to be the end of my hosting shift here, but it's all good. Don't worry. My boy Gulo, too, is going to come in and take the seat, and he's going to do a fantastic job getting you started with hosting this next run of Shin Megami Tensei 5. But before he does that, we're going to toss it on over to an ad. So sit back, relax, enjoy the ad, get up, stretch, get some beverages, whatever it is you need to do. Thank you so much for having me, and I will see all of you around very soon.
Alrighty, we are back. Thank you again, Vonnie. I am Ghoul02. I'll be the host for the first half of this sure to be awesome Shin Megami Tensei 5 run. We are getting set up on that right now, but I do want to remind y'all one last time, we do not have much time left for the voice language and naming the main character. If you would like to see either of those change, get those donations in now. Do not wait. Currently, we do have Japanese in the lead over English at $50 to $20. And the main character still is Hihobino, still at $84. Again, still have a little bit of time to get those in, but if the run starts, those cannot be changed. So be quick on those donations. While we're waiting, we do have quite a few donations here. We have a $25 donation from Nemo2342 with no comment. We have $100 from Heavy Metal Mage saying, super excited to see Shaggy and Freedom take on SMT5. Good luck and hee-ho. We have a $25 anonymous donation saying, thanks to all the runners and staff at this event. It's genuinely the highlight of my year. Keep on keeping on, folks. RBG Limit Break forever. We have a $10 donation from Le French Restream saying, hello, our first donation is to rename Orsted as La Vie Flamante for Live Alive. That is apparently a French television and radio presenter who had a show with a similar name to the game. Have a nice RPG LB. We have a $10 anonymous donation with no comment. Thank you again so much. And we have a $5 donation from Return of MHC saying, can't wait for Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, not featuring Raiden from the Metal Gear series. We have a $25 donation from Bachan saying, good luck, Freedom. again, while we're getting our last little bit of setup going, I do want to remind you all this is the last game for several of our prizes in this prize block. We have the Hell House miniature. We have the Super Mario RPG Switch game and keychain set. We have the Cloud, Aerith, and Tifa plushes. We have the SMT5 vinyl soundtrack set. And we have the Red 13 and Kate Sith Growers. And of course, we have our larger marathon prizes in the custom Game Boy Advance SP and the Buster Sword replica. And of course, we do have all of our prizes listed on our website. If you want to go check out the tracker, you can see what all of our prize blocks are, what's in those, and what the minimum donations are. There's so many good ones this year. You do not want to miss those.